29 pick this year. They still have number 13. They also sent over a 5th, 6th, and next year's 3rd.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now.
Got to turn my mic on. Who becomes the Seahawks' top priority in free agency if Ken Walker leaves? That's where we're going to start the show, and I know it feels a little repetitive to talk about Ken Walker day in and day out, but this is massive, massive news for Seattle. And if you didn't appreciate Ken Walker, that's fine, because we're moving on now to some other names. I think, Bump, we're probably assuming that Ken Walker's gone. So now we're moving the conversation forward, not necessarily to who they signed to replace him, but who they signed to keep to ensure that they can get back to a Super Bowl. I'm going to start by taking us back a little bit. Shortly after the Super Bowl win, we were riding high. Everything was fun. Everyone's in a great mood. You're not quite thinking about free agents yet, right? You're just enjoying, like we had just had the Super Bowl parade. It was great. So we were joined that following week by Brian Walters. And we said, hey, B-Walt, you went to back-to-back Super Bowls with the Seahawks. Well, how'd you do it?
We kept pretty much the same personnel. We really did. There was not a whole lot of guys going their own ways, different ways. Like I mentioned one, Golden Tate. But other than that, defensively, your core stuck together. And that'll be the big question. What are they going to do with the cornerbacks? You know, Josh Jobe, free agent, Reek Woolen, free agent. What are they going to do there? Kobe Bryant. So you have your whole back end. That's kind of like, wow, they could be elsewhere. They could get a job somewhere else, higher paying. And so I'll be kind of curious to see what happens with that.
If the Seahawks are to become just the 4th team since 2000 to go to back-to-back Super Bowls, they're going to have to do it with a slightly different path, a slightly different formula than the previous iterations of the Seahawks that did. Because that version of the Seahawks in 2013 brought back most of the same people in 14. They were such a young team. This year, it sounds like say goodbye to Ken Walker, maybe even Woolen. So, Bump, who becomes your most important priority?
This is tough, man, because I know some people are probably thinking it's not tough, and you're saying Rashid Shaheed, got to bring him back. And I think that I would love to have Rashid Shaheed back. But what was the strength of this team? It was the defense, right? It was that defensive line. It was the secondary. It was the linebackers. And that makes me want to lean towards Kobe Bryant over Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah.
And because Kobe allows you to stay in that 3 safety look, I know you still have Ty Okada who can fill the role and do his thing. But I'm looking at Rashid Shaheed. Granted, huge plays. The return against the Rams, the return against the Niners, the return against Atlanta. My man is the best returner in the game right now. And we know that special teams is huge. You score a touchdown. I think I ran the numbers on a return. You win 85 to 90% of those games, right? So as soon as he scored, Atlanta, Rams, Niners, the game was over, right? But then I look at Torrey Horton and say, can he do that? I mean, he has a punt return to the house. You got him on a rookie deal. That will save you some money there. How important is Kobe Bryant to this defense to Mike McDonald? I think he's extremely important. I think Kobe Bryant takes the football out the air. I think that he can play in the box, so you can move him around. So I'm kind of going back and forth between Kobe Bryant and Rashid Shaheed. If you look at just production alone, Rashid Shaheed was the 5th leading receiver on this team, right? 26 targets, 15 catches, played 9 games with the squad, 188 touchdowns, 12.5 per reception, along with 33, 3 big plays. Is Fleury looking at Rashid Shaheed and saying, I can unlock something in that dude, right? That's why I was hoping Kubiak came back. We knew it was going to be tough because I felt like Kubiak would have an idea, okay, this is how I probably should have used Rashid Shaheed. This is how he gets better. But it comes down to who is going to give you more snaps, and Kobe's going to give you more snaps. But I just know how important that return game is. Right now, I'm just going to say Kobe Bryant. I'm going to say Kobe because I feel like Torrey Horton can be a returner and he can be a better receiver than Rashid Shaheed at this point. I think if Rashid Shaheed had a full year in the system and was working on the offseason, maybe he can be a legit number 3 option right now. But you got A.J. Barner for that. So this is hard, man. I think either one could be a priority. I mean, if you feel like Rashid Shaheed, for sure. feel like Kobe for sure. But right now, I'm going to go with Kobe Bryant because I want the thing that this team was best at to be as good as they can be next year.
A listener fairly pointing out, hey, Red Bryant, they said, and Chris wants his name. On the Eds, I think we're gone in the second Super Bowl. Browner was gone. Tate gone. That's not nothing. Yes, but I liked the example that this also depends on how important you think Ken Walker is, but I liked the example that Brian Walters gave in another part of that interview where he said, like, imagine if we were to talk about Richard Sherman leaving or Marshawn Lynch. You don't have to think Ken Walker's as good as Marshawn Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that, but it's still your starting running back. And your other starting running back, because you had a committee in 2025 as opposed to 13, is not healthy and is not going to be starting the season with you. So imagine that your running back room was cut in half and the most important piece is gone. Like, that is significant. That's not like one or two parts of a very good D-line, but a defense still with Richard Sherman was still here. Cam Chancellor was here. Earl Thomas was here. Cliff and Michael Bennett were here. You still had so many starters on that defense. You're missing your running back room, essentially. That's massive. You could be missing your return game. That's massive.
Yeah, 425 said we don't have a replacement for Bryant. We have a replacement for Bryant. We don't for Shaheed. That's my angle. I think we might have one in Torrey Horton. True returner and a true number 2 receiver. I think if Torrey Horton doesn't get hurt and looks good in the return game and is a solid receiver, you probably don't even make the move for Rashid Shaheed. Okada, who has the higher floor out of Okada and Horton? I'm probably going to go with Horton at this point just because he's young, and I don't really know. I think I've seen everything that Ty Okada can do. Love Ty Okada, program guy, probably going to be a coach in this league one day. But with Torrey Horton, there's just more explosiveness, I feel like. And he can do 2 jobs instead of 1. So that's why I lean towards Kobe Bryant because the potential I see in Horton is great. Yeah,
which is fair. And I can understand. So, Curtis, when we were talking about this off air, Curtis made the case for Rashid Shaheed saying, like, look, if you're going to be taking a hit to your run game, then you'd want to make sure you have an explosive pass game.
Shots, explosives, pew, pew, bang, bang, bang.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
I think I agree with Bump on this one, in part because Rashid Shaheed was here for half a season. If Rashid Shaheed, as an offensive threat downfield, had an extra couple hundred yards, an extra couple touchdowns, I'd be like, oof. Look, Torrey Horton's great, but he's missed a lot of time. He's going to be essentially a rookie. That's a lot to bet on. I think it's because Shaheed was here for half a season, and in my mind, and it's not really fair, but in my mind, I'm like, well, you played half a season without him.
Yeah.
And now you got to and won a Super Bowl with him, and that was pretty massive. Big, really important plays there. But
8 games from Horton, 5 touchdowns. 9 games from Rashid, 0 touchdowns. Now 3 in the return game, and Horton has a touchdown in the return game as well. It's more bang for your buck. I think Shaheed is the proven commodity. Like, we've seen him do this, and I can make an argument to keep him. But you can save money there. Save money and get Kobe. You got a young guy on a rookie contract who I think can be a number 2. But I think you're not wrong either way. If you want to spend money on Shaheed, for sure. Spend money on Kobe, for sure. I just think that Kobe is probably one of the more undervalued players on this football team, honestly, because he can play so many positions, and he's just been so solid over the years. And he's one of those guys who brings that intensity and that attitude to that defense. But I don't think you can go wrong with either one, though.
What about Boye Mafe or Josh Jobe? You've established already Kobe Bryant is your number 1, but who then becomes your priority after that?
After that, I'd probably go with Jobe because we feel that Reek is going to be gone.
Yeah.
Right? Reek is going to go get his money, go get his bag. Hopefully it's not with the 49ers. That's what we're hearing, that they'd be interested. But I think you go with Jobe because of the departure of Reek. Now, with Mafe, you got some angles you can go at, right? The draft, as we've spoken to, the draft experts are heavy when it comes to edge rushers. Max Crosby, I said you go ahead and kick the tires on that thing. So I think because you have some options there at that DN spot or that edge spot, You let Mafi go out there and explore and see what's out there, but then you got to look at Job and hold it down. I think Job is probably one of the more technical DBs that we have, too, and strong as well. I was talking to my kid who plays for the Patriots, and I'm asking him about how did you guys view the Seahawks defense? And they said everyone thought Job was a problem. Like, he was better than what people were giving him credit for.
Let's take a listen to, coming up in 15 minutes, we're going to take a listen to most of what Jeremy Fowler had to tell Brock and Salk this morning about free agency. Lots of really good stuff, but I wanted to highlight this part in particular where he talked about the unique challenge the Seahawks are facing in their attempt to return to a Super Bowl.
They're in a situation where they are going to lose a lot of players. Like, that's just the reality. They're going to lose some tough ones because their free agency class is really good, which helped them win a Super Bowl. Tariq Woolen probably pricing himself out of a return at this point. Kenneth Walker probably pricing himself out. So you got to consider, if you're going to keep a few guys, who's it going to be? Rashid Shaheed is a priority from what I've gathered, but he's going to have suitors like Las Vegas. Frank Kubiak would love to bring him along, possibly Buffalo. He's going to get paid. You have some more middle-tier options like a Josh Jobe. I think will be easier to return. Good player, but not huge money. Kobe Bryant's going to do really well, but would like to stay in Seattle. So can you find like one of your other options in that next tier to keep?
I am not trying to start your beautiful rainy Wednesday with a downer about how the Seahawks aren't going to get back to a Super Bowl because they're losing a bunch of free agents. That's not my plan here. My plan is to be able to have a conversation about, well, how do they get to a Super Bowl without Rick Woolen? How do they get to a Super Bowl without Ken Walker? How do they get to a Super Bowl if they lose Boye Mafe too? I know that those aren't superstars here in Seattle, but those are notable players. So, Bump, I'll throw you that question. How do the Seahawks get to a Super Bowl if they do lose, let's say, those free agents? Walker, Woolen, Mafe, TBD, who else may go, but how do they get back?
Draft, develop, and find you a veteran low-key. You have to find a D-Law type of player, not necessarily with his profile, but someone that maybe a franchise or a team is kind of giving up on, but you see something in that person. You see them fitting into your scheme. And this is a problem that the worst team in the NFL deals with too. Mm-hmm. Like the Raiders are dealing with this. Who's worse than the Raiders? The Jets are dealing with this. It's a revolving door. It's a revolving door in the NFL. Like guys are in and out all the time. So let's make that clear. It's not just because you're a Super Bowl champion, you're the only ones dealing with this. It just hits you harder because you've shown that with that group, you have the capability of making it to Super Bowl and winning a Super Bowl championship. But yeah, draft, develop, and find you some diamonds in the rough, man. Everyone's on the same mission.
He's not a diamond in the rough. He's going to be one of the hottest commodities as a free agent. But speaking of DeMarcus Lawrence, could your version this year also be Trey Hendrickson? He's set to become a free agent, not tagged by the Bengals the other day.
It could. You know what's weird about Trey is that I watch his game and I get it. I get it. My man is good. But it don't move me the way that Max Crosby moves me. It's his game is a powerful game. Obviously, he's great at his job. Max Crosby just shows me more versatility. I just like his game better. I would definitely take a Hendrickson, but if I had to pick, I'm going with Max Crosby. He's just dynamic.
Listeners are with you. 253 texting in, still making fun of Curtis, Matt Crosby. Curtis, you said Mac Crosby one time.
I'm not talking about Max Crosby. I'm talking about another player.
You said it one time, and there's going to be a handful of listeners that it's going to be your new Freshwater.
It will be.
Freshwater was iconic. That one's
Max
never
Crosby.
That was Curtis from yesterday. Play it one more time.
Max Crosby.
Oh, Max Crosby.
Love it.
But yeah, I there's going to need to be, I agree with you, a splash move, a rookie that breaks out. And look, everyone trusts this front office. Shiner was executive of the year for a reason, but still important to have this conversation because it is a slightly different path than they took in 2013. Mm-hmm. And I think that they can still get back there, but that means we got to have some different conversations about how they do it. All right, still to come. There's a lot more from Jeremy Fowler on with Brock and Salk. Great stuff this morning. Get off my lawn at 10:45. Get into the Mariners with Shannon Drayer at 11. And right now, let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, rewrite!
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, the Cardinals will release Kyler Murray once the league year starts. What's the real headline?
Maybe he can be the Vikings version of Sam Darnold. Oh, wait.
Let's see.
Hang on a minute.
I remember him in a Vikings uniform.
They have had that version. Okay, well, maybe he can be Sam Darnold 2.0 for the Vikings.
I was listening to Louis Riddick this morning, and he was debating with somebody if Kyler Murray was a franchise quarterback. And then it made me start thinking about the definition of a franchise quarterback. Is it simply somebody who's just there for a while? You know, you maybe don't win a Super Bowl, they keep you competitive, or should we limit the word franchise quarterback to the few who actually give you the opportunity to win a Super Bowl? Like, are we just happy if a guy's just here and stable, or is a franchise guy a dude who can really take you to the promised land? So depending on how you look at that, what is Kyler Murray? Was he a franchise guy with the Cardinals because he was there 7 years? Can he be a franchise guy? It was just an interesting conversation because Kyler Murray definitely has the physical capabilities of doing it, but there are other things holding him back. And if he does go to the Vikings and he just gets them to the playoffs, is he a franchise guy?
What's your definition of a franchise guy? Because that was essentially, to me, Alex Smith with the Chiefs. He'll get you to the playoffs, but, like, he wasn't there. Actually, he was there a notable amount of time, but he wasn't seen as a franchise guy the way that Mahomes is now.
Yeah. I think listening to that debate made me change the way I view a franchise guy.
What do you think before, and what do you think now?
Before, I thought it was just stability. You know, someone who can be there for a while, and we'll see what happens. Now, I'm like, no, they gotta either have won you a championship or legit give you a threat to win a championship. Like, you've almost gotten there. You're in the conference championship. You can see them getting over the hump. So I think it's changed, man. That conversation changed the way I look at quarterbacks. I think Sam Darnold is now a franchise quarterback because clearly he's won you a championship. Kyler Murray is a guy who's still working on becoming a franchise guy.
I define it more along the lines of time. I think of franchise quarterback as he's called a franchise quarterback because you build around him and you count on him being there. You don't build your offense and draft and develop pieces that complement someone that's going to be there for 2 years or someone that can't prove they're there. Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen haven't won championships, haven't been to Super Bowls, but both you and I would clearly define them as a franchise quarterback, in part because they're talented, they're MVPs, but also because every draft decision that either team, either front office makes on offense complements them. Every contract decision is about how they keep
But why?
them.
Because
they're not going anywhere.
They've shown you that they have the potential to get you there. That's why you build around them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't think there's and then it depends on the organization too, right? There's not a great organization. They've tried to build, but just haven't made the right moves, right? So I don't necessarily think that they were looking and saying, let's build around Kyler Murray. I think they're just going out and getting the best weapons.
You think the Seahawks want to build around Sam Darnold?
Yeah, I think they know exactly how to do it now. It's weird, man. It's just that conversation had me going both ways. I'm flipping and flopping like every conversation I'm having. It's weird. It's a weird but interesting conversation.
Let's get back to that later. I like that. What's next?
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, big trade this morning in the NFL. The Rams are sending pick number 29 to the Chiefs for star corner Trent McDuffie. What's the real headline?
We call that JSN insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
No, really.
They needed to do something.
Yeah.
Like,
that defensive back room was a problem at times.
we got to do something about JSN. You know what's cool, though, is that within the division, organizations make moves to combat other teams. And it's finally like, y'all better do something because we got the best receiver in the game. And it's probably a weird position for the Rams to be in because they're not used to being the guys that have to make the adjustments to stop somebody. Usually everyone's trying to adjust to them. So welcome to the real world, Sean McVay.
Just suddenly figuring it out. No, I remember, I don't remember if John Schneider said it or hinted at it or if this was a report, but the Jamal Adams deal was not in part done, but one benefit of it was, hey, we've got this amazing tight end and like amazing offense in San Francisco, and we need a really physical but also very fast and versatile safety. Like, we need that back so that we can compete with that. And obviously Jamal Adams couldn't stay on the field in his second, third years in Seattle. But yeah, it makes perfect sense. And also that's what it is. And it's not just Seattle that was burning them. They, in their loss to Carolina in the regular season, not the playoffs clearly, but in the regular season, they were getting burned by those receivers and Bryce Young. I think they allowed 3 or 4 touchdowns of 35-plus yards, a horrible day for Emmanuel Forbes. Just not great for those DBs.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 3, Seattle Torrent captain Hillary Knight says she played in the Olympics on a torn MCL while helping Team USA capture a gold medal. What's the real headline?
Hillary Knight and one MCL. Name a better combo.
Doesn't even need the other one.
It doesn't need it at all.
I'm gonna sound like a hater. MCL's not a big deal. I know plenty. I know plenty of people. I've done it.
Take yours out right now.
Who played on torn MCLs? Great for the story, and you felt
Olympics?
it. There's some pain there, but it ain't. Trust me, I've done it. It ain't.
I mean, we know Camp Chancellor's done it.
Yeah.
They didn't win the
It's
Super
cool.
Bowl, but
It's cool, but it ain't
Wow.
ACL or PCL. MCL.
Bump said your gold means nothing.
MCL, you could maneuver.
Where's your gold medal, Bump?
Yeah.
I lost it.
Yeah.
I lost it.
Where's your MCL, Bump?
5th grade.
Oh,
5th grade.
got him.
It's right there. It's still there.
You still got it.
I still got it.
Wow.
I'm not want to be a hater, but man,
You
NFL
were
players
like,
do
this
this
isn't
all the
an
time.
ACL.
They do it all the time.
Didn't
She's a
Russell
hockey
Wilson?
player. Hockey players, I would say, are
Yeah.
equal toughness to football.
Yeah.
players.
So
And they're skating.
stop. So MCL, you just as tough as football players. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Hillary, you're way better than me at everything. Okay. You won a gold medel.
But you said you're
I ain't
not
touching
impressed
gold
with
medal.
that at one MCL.
You know, if the Olympics allow me to be all-time quarterback for the U.S. flag football team, maybe I'll get one. But no, it's cool. But MCLs happen all the time.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna keep saying that thing about Team USA and the WBC winning gold. I like Curtis just shouting to me as I left the room. It's not even for a gold medal.
Yeah, it's just for a big trophy.
We're never gonna win gold. This is undeniable. I'm impressed, Hillary Knight. I'm impressed. I think that's absolutely incredible. What was the injury that Russell Wilson played through for a while?
What's his ankle? It's on his
It's a
ankle,
high
right?
ankle
High
sprain.
ankle
wasn't
sprain.
it?
I don't know why in my memory it was an MCL.
You know what's crazy? Playing on a high ankle sprain in the NFL is harder than playing with a torn MCL.
I believe it.
It is.
Which means I then have to, dang it.
You know what's harder than playing on a torn MCL? Winning a gold medal. I know
She did
that's
both.
right.
Did
Yeah.
both. Absolutely impressive. God, I
So
had an
Pump's
injury
being a
question.
hater. I'm just telling you my experiences. That's all. Can we be honest here?
What's the worst injury that you actually play through? No one's playing through a torn ACL, obviously. but
high
what's
ankle
the-
sprain.
High ankle sprain?
Yeah.
That's the worst injury to play through.
Not that I've played through.
How would you rank turf toe?
Turf toe's
Which,
nasty.
if it's bad enough, you can't even play. You do have to
Yeah.
get surgery. But a bad turf toe that doesn't require immediate surgery. High ankle sprain, rib injury, or oblique injury.
That's tough. I would say probably if we're playing football.
Like, I want to know, like, when I see an injury report, who's toughing it out the most? Like, which injury is it like, yo, that guy,
I
he's
think
a soldier for that?
I think that turf toe is probably the hardest because you're pushing all around the field. But if you're a quarterback, man, anything in ribs and oblique, you're just standing there, you're a statue, you can get knocked out. I think it depends on what your job description
Position
is.
is. All right, we're sticking, getting to the Mariners at 11 with Shannon, but sticking with the Seahawks here. All the updates on Seahawks and free agency from an NFL insider coming your way next on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
He built the Seahawks into the 2025 Super Bowl champions.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
And every Thursday afternoon at 4, he's on Seattle Sports.
I mean, we have higher expectations for ourselves.
It's the John Schneider Show, presented by Silver City Brewery. 2025 NFL Executive of the Year, John Schneider.
I think it's the ultimate organizational award.
Every Thursday at 4, exclusively on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
P&D Tree Service, experts in local tree removal. Their team works fast to remove problem trees in your yard and neighborhood. Have you ever seen a tree removed by a crane? P&D Tree Services specializes in close-quarter tree removal to minimize impact on your landscaping. 24-hour emergency service. Any job, big or small. Safe, efficient, and fast. P&D Tree Service turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. Enjoy a clean, safe, and bright yard. PNDTreeService.com.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and, of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
At 65 years old, Brian has a rather demanding hobby.
My biggest passion is snow skiing, and I ski between 70 and 80 days per year. And I ski instruct at a private resort in Montana.
Needless to say, that can be a bit tough on the joints.
When this knee started to bother me, I thought I'm doomed.
That's when Brian decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
If I did yard work or skied a few days in a row, I was fighting swelling and pain and no sleep and all sorts of problems, and that has absolutely gone away.
So are you back on the slopes?
I mean, I had a 14-day stretch with clients where I skied every day and I had no problem. It was fine. It was just like, I felt like new.
So I'm guessing you would recommend this to others.
Oh, I already have. I've told everyone that'll listen.
Whether it's a shoulder, hip, or knee, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
It's really, truly a miracle.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to A to Z Savings, our biggest sale of the year.
Happy to be here. Can I get some rotors?
Would you like brake pads with that?
How much are the brake pads?
Free with Duralast rotors.
Free. Really?
Really? Free.
I also need some oil.
Would you like an oil filter with that?
Yeah. How much is that?
Free with the oil.
Free. Really?
Really. Free. It's part of A to Z Savings with hundreds of deals.
From A to free.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ends March 9th. Restrictions apply.
Don't miss Three Tree Roofing Mariners Cactus League Baseball.
This could be two. JP has it. Goes to the bag. Steps on second. Fires to first. Double play.
Broadcast times at seattlesports.com.
Sometimes we hang on to our old attorneys and coaches too long. They've been around, they've done good work. But when the legal game changes, you need a team that is hungry to win now. At Bible Law Group, we're that faster, hard-hitting legal team, ready to fight for every inch in the courtroom. With over 40 million closed for our clients, we know how to win, and we're ready to take on the biggest legal case of your career with you. Don't stick with a playbook that's gone stale. Switch to the legal team that's ready to win now. Let Bible Law Group be your linebacker in the courtroom. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
No matter how old you get, you always remember that one great teacher. Hi, this is Rick Riz, inviting you to join WSECU in celebrating Teacher of the Week. Great teachers inspire. Nominate a teacher you feel has changed a life in our community. This year, we're going to honor 24 great teachers with grants of $500, courtesy of WSECU, the credit union for Washington. Teachers are the real MVPs. Nominate an exceptional teacher now at mynorthwest.com/teacher.
The madness tips off next week, and with it comes your chance to win the Seattle Sports Bracket Bucks, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Head to seattlesports.com/win to pre-register. Receive your bracket and compete for your shot at great prizes. The grand prize winner from the 64-team bracket will win $1,000 in Visa gift cards. But if your bracket is busted in the first round, we have other ways for you to play too. Register and find complete rules at seattlesports.com/win.
The nonprofit Puget Sound Senior Baseball League plays real baseball on the best fields. The season first tryout for adults ages 18 to 65 and older is this Sunday, March 8th at Hogan Park at Russell Road in Kent. With 10 divisions featuring different age and skill levels, there's room for almost every ball player, from ex-Little Leaguers to high school and even former college and pros. Get all the info at pssbl.com. That's pssbl.com.
from the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Jeremy Fowler on with Brock and Salk. Let's talk about the latest in free agency for Seattle. First, on letting Ken Walker hit free agency.
Yeah, well, there are a few things in play there. One is how a team perceives running backs in the broad sense. I don't sense that Seattle is a team that's going to exhaust major resources on that particular position, no matter who it is. So if you look at that, and Seattle just says, hey, no matter who the running back is, we don't want to spend $12 to $14 million a year on them, then that kind of solves things. Like the transition tag for Kenneth Walker made a lot of sense and would have made sense for some teams, but Seattle decided against that. That told me a lot.
Jeremy Fowler also hinting as part of that answer, look, if Seattle is making it clear and moving on from Ken Walker that there's a ceiling to which they just will not surpass it to pay a running back, you can also eliminate some other guys, right? Like, let's say Travis Etienne Jr.'s price tag suddenly jumps up to a crazy number. Well, that eliminates him from that conversation, too.
Yeah, it makes things interesting. It makes you have to bargain a bit, you know, go shopping at Nordstrom Rack instead of Nordy's. You know, you go to the sale table instead of the full price. You know, you got to adjust, and I think the Hawks are good at that. But it also means that you got to be dang sure during this draft that you grab somebody, and hopefully he fits the profile of what you want your running back to be, which is a patient runner, someone who's going to get downhill, but you also have the explosiveness to break off a 25, 30-yard run. It changes things, man, but that's what free agency does. It forces everyone to adjust. It's like someone jumps in the water first. They tell you if it's cold or not, and then everyone starts jumping in after him. That's what's going to happen here with free agency. I could see Etienne's number going up for sure because he just becomes more valuable the more these running backs get taken off the shelf.
One more on Walker here.
I mean, they'd love to have him back. They love the player, and I think they'll still be in it, but he's going to do really well. With Bryce Hall getting the franchise tag at $14.3 million, like that was symbolic of a good running back class. There's some good free agents here, and Walker's really at the top right now, I would say, along with Travis Etienne. So you have the Commanders are going to be in on him, the Giants, the Titans, there'll be others. So he's going to have a strong enough market where it's just going to be really hard to keep him, and I think they know that.
Seattle plays the Commanders this year. That could be interesting if it's where he lands. So let's say the thing I want everyone to take away is they are still seeing if they can keep Walker, but just aren't going to surpass a certain number and are probably expecting him to get priced out. If that happens to Etienne too and Breece Hall is staying in New York, then who might that leave Seattle?
Woo. I'm looking at the free agents right now as we speak. Algier is a name that we keep talking about. Right now they have him valued at $5.6 million a year. I can definitely see that going up. Yeah. I don't see that going up to 10, 11, 12. But you never know, right? One man's trash is another man's treasure. I'm trying to find some young guys, man. Not young. We got Chase Edmonds, who's could be a factor. Najee Harris. I know
people like Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, I mean, Rico, your guy. I feel like you like Rico a lot. Yeah. The same names are going to be out there. I think Etienne is the priority, though. Everybody wants him. I forgot who we spoke to, but he said he's pretty much an every down back, right? Short yardage, pass pro. He can catch the football, all-around type of back. I wish Austin Eckler was 4 years younger. I'd take a stab at him. But, it's slim pickings out there right now. I mean, there are a bunch of running backs who are available. You have Gainwell, but there's no one that really moves you like maybe Etienne, Rico, and for me, Algier.
Do the Seahawks have a surprise on the horizon?
There might be a surprise that they have somewhere where I just feel like Mike McDonald is good at zigging when other people expect to zag. You know, he has a vision for his team that might not be the consensus, that might be creative and new. So if they added a whole new player and spent money at a position you didn't expect, that wouldn't surprise me either.
What if it's at edge? Jeremy Fowler doesn't have Seattle as a landing spot for Max Crosby, but does say it's possible.
Seattle I kind of have on the periphery there. I would say like Dallas, Baltimore, and there's one other that I'm forgetting offhand.
Chicago?
Chicago, that was the one, yeah. I do feel like those are more real. But Seattle was in the mix on Crosby when they made the Geno Smith trade, like he was a conversation. So it is sort of top of mind. And when I say Seattle could zig when everybody else zags, I think instead of re-signing all their players, they could at least look at taking a swing like that. I think it will at least be discussed.
Would you take that swing? Max Crosby.
Yes, you know.
I know, I got to ask you again.
I spent 4 hours talking about it yesterday.
We're going to get back to it.
Hey, yeah, I definitely would. I think I love making something that was great even greater, possibly, and that's that defense. That defense was excellent last year, especially because you're probably going to lose Reek Woolen, and there's a chance you lose Boye Mafe as well. So you replace Boye with Max Crosby. You make sure you sign Josh Joe, but that defensive line makes everyone else's job that much more easier. So, I'm definitely taking a stab at Max Crosby, man. We are having long conversations with the Raiders.
Okay, now maybe the Seahawks don't trade for Crosby.
Because they draft exceptionally well, I think that would be the deterrent. And they know that. They've been on a heater. John Schneider's been on a heater the last 3 or 4 years.
Okay, so maybe they just go, hey, it's a really great edge class. We have confidence in our front office. We know that we've done a great job replacing this talent in the last couple of years, not just at outside linebacker, but everywhere. We've absolutely knocked it out of the park. So maybe they turn to the draft and, as you hinted out earlier, a free agent that's a little cheaper. What if instead of trading for Crosby or signing someone on the top of the market like Trey Hendrickson, they go for a familiar but older name, Khalil Mack?
That'll be a great place for like a Khalil Mack. I think of Mack, who has been doing one-year deals late in his career, but he's still productive. Certainly he could go back to the Chargers, but I believe he's open for business. If DeMarcus is going to retire or contemplate retirement, which our Brady Henderson had reported, then it does leave a perfect opening of like getting that guy who shows younger players how to do it and can still be productive, but you don't have to play him 60 snaps. It's really the perfect scenario like it's been for DeMarcus. And, they have a unique situation of pass rusher because Boye Mafe, I do expect to leave. He'll have enough suitors out there. And, when you match that against the production, which, wasn't great, even though he's got some upside, he'll get paid. I don't know that Seattle's going to want to match that. What do they do with Uchenna Nwosu? Do they make him a cap casualty or do they keep him? It feels like the options at that particular position are wide open, which is why the Crosby decision or the discussion is at least interesting. But you mentioned that. Khalil Mack makes a lot of sense to me in that regard, a player like that.
How do you feel about Khalil Mack being in Seattle?
He's 35 and valued around $18 million a year. Played in 12 games last year, 6 sacks. Man, I know the value he would bring for mentorship, and this is how you do this. My man has had a great career. I don't know though, man. 18 million for a 35-year-old. I don't know about that one.
And that is older than DeMarcus Lawrence.
It is older than DeMarcus. It's older than Hendricks. It's older than Max Crosby. I don't know if I'd do that. Yeah. I'd welcome him with open arms if they did.
That's fair.
But it's too long in the tooth.
We might get back to that one and some other options at edge later this week because I think that's worth exploring a bit more. But I have more sound to get to. Jeremy Fowler thinks a deal does get done with JSN this offseason.
By the way, they're going to pay JSN. They want, they know they need to do that. I believe that will happen. Not sure it will happen before the league year, but at one point I thought maybe, it's going to happen this offseason. And Devin Witherspoon, they want to at least address that. So I believe the money and the resources will go to those two before others.
So probably not going to get done before the league year, which is next week, but certainly believes that both will get done this offseason.
Yeah, I think with JSN, if I'm him, you just got to wait.
Yeah.
Wait until Puka gets paid, and then you become the highest paid receiver. With Spoon, I'm not sure what the weight is with Spoon. I don't see anyone that. Spoon's a special type of player, man. I can't even compare him to anybody. He's his own type of player. But yeah, you have to get those 2 deals done. Anyone who's hooting and hollering about paying Devin Witherspoon and JSN must not like this football team very much.
If anyone's wondering about a timeline, the Seahawks have kind of been all over the map. They've done extensions early on in the offseason with players before, talking like March, April. They've done some notable extensions in May with, back in the day, I believe Richard Sherman and Doug Baldwin both getting May extensions. They've also done extensions all the way into training camp. Who can forget when Russell Wilson, Bobby Wagner were facing those deals? Jamal Adams also had a late extension. Dwayne Brown had a late extension. So I would not be surprised nor I should say this, I would not panic if you don't hear about an extension for JSN or Devin Witherspoon all the way into August. Because they've also taken those extensions there before.
I mean, do we really think they're going to let those two
No, absolutely
go?
not. Absolutely not. I don't think they're going to trade him. I don't think they're going to let him go.
No.
I just think that it's not a top priority because they know they're spending the money.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, we've got to do these interviews for the combine. We got to do this scouting work. We got to figure out the draft. We got to figure out this other cap stuff because we know you two are getting paid.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to know exactly how much they're getting paid.
You get the outfit first, then you get the shoes to bring it all together.
You know what's funny is some people go the opposite way and they go accessories first. I think women especially, because you can have handbags. But sometimes I love the idea of going really casual but having a really fun shoe or a handbag.
I think with me, I go the opposite because the shoes is going to be the most expensive part of my fit. So I'm like, all right, well, what am I feeling up top?
Yeah.
And then I throw the shoes in there.
Yes.
I know people that go opposite, though.
Yeah, we'll talk about it more off air. Get Off My Lawn coming your way next on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
MLB Network insider John Morosi with Wyman and Bob.
John, looking at this Mariner team, who's the biggest competition in the American League?
Good question. I'll say this. There's no team in the American League whose chances to reach the World Series I like better than those of the Seattle Mariners. When you look at even just today, the way the lineup looks, Donovan, then Cal, then J-Rod, then Naylor.
Subscribe to Seattle Sports on YouTube and watch the full interview.
Hey, Brock Ewert here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. Spring, well, that's the perfect time to start planning your dream deck. And right now, PCF is making it easier than ever to get you started with 50% off your custom professional design and architectural drawing package. What does it mean? Well, it means you can save over $9,000 on your project. And with 12 months of no interest, no payment financing, you can design your deck now and pay later. Most people who start with a design package end up with the outdoor space they've always dreamed of. And this offer is your first step. Don't wait until summer and wish you had started the process sooner. Start it now. Do what Molly and I did some years ago. Contact PCF Construction Group today. Get project ideas, browse photos, and find all the offer details at PCFgroup.com. Go see my friends at PCFgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with People Come First.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Will?
When I was 50, my whole life fell apart. I lost my job, I lost my wife, I lost the house, I lost pretty much everything except for my life. When the IRS came calling, I just didn't have it in me. I felt like Wile E. Coyote, just waiting for that IRS anvil to drop.
Then Will found tax relief advocates.
I heard their advertisement on the radio, I wrote down the number, and I made the call that changed everything. The IRS gave me a bill for $40,000. Tax Relief Advocates got that down to $3,200. I've paid 9 cents on the dollar. Now that's a great deal in anybody's book.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Will did and call TRA for a consultation.
But for me, the real win is I got my life back.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-488-2578. 800-488-2578. That's 800-488-2578.
Join the Seattle Sports Commission for a star-studded fundraising event featuring the athletes and icons of Washington sports. Experience red carpet interviews, sports exhibits, a silent auction, and live awards show. Created for the sports community by the sports community, all while supporting the nonprofit power of Seattle sports. Don't miss your chance to be among the stars on March 13th at the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year presented by Microsoft. Get your tickets now at seattlesports.org.
Get broadcast times for every Three Tree Roofing Mariners Cactus League broadcast.
Holy smokes, he does it again!
At seattlesports.com.
Dave Wyman here with Dr. Robert Meyer from Swedish Hospital. Dr. Meyer, tell us about the amazing results prostate cancer patients are getting with Swedish CyberKnife.
Well, at the Swedish CyberKnife, our patients are really satisfied with the experience. The treatment is very effective at eradicating the cancer, has minimal side effects, And we are seeing excellent cancer control 10 years later.
Find out more at swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife.
They say teachers don't impact for a year, but for a lifetime. Hi, this is Rick Riz. Join WSECU, your local credit union, as we celebrate those who give so much with the Teacher of the Week program. Nominate a teacher you feel has changed a life in our community. Each week throughout the season, we'll honor one teacher with a $500 grant, courtesy of WSECU. Teachers are the real MVPs. Find out more and nominate a teacher at mynorthwest.com/teacher.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
If you are dying for the latest on the Mariners, you only have to wait 15 minutes. We're going to be joined from Peoria by Mariners insider Shannon Drayer. Right now, it's time for Get Off My Lawn. Bump, what's driving you crazy this week?
My name is Michael, and I like sports.
Oh, wrong drop. I'm sorry.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Hey, this first one is like I'm admiring my lawn right now. You know, I've cut it. The lines are straight. Like, you got to get off my lawn, but I'm going to admire it real quick. And you know what I had for the first time the other day? And I'm like, why haven't I had this before? My son, Michael, put me on. I've never had steak and eggs for breakfast in the morning. And whoever put that combo together, you are a genius. Because at first, my son orders it, and I go, steak and eggs? I've never done that. He goes, Dad, got to try it.
Yeah.
Bomb. And I go, this is probably way too much protein at 8 o'clock in the morning. But it was so dang good. So this first one, I'm not even mad. The lawn is cut.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at it saying, that's a dang good looking lawn.
You're getting off your lawn.
I'm getting off my own lawn.
For not believing in steak and eggs and having it before now.
I've never had it before. And it's the combo is great. You know, throw some orange juice in there. It was awesome.
I think the
changed my life.
Important thing about Get Off My Lawn is your willingness to take accountability and acknowledge when there are times when you need to step off your own lawn.
Yeah, you know, don't cut any corners. Just stay on the path, walk up to your door. Big ups to the diner. It's called the Diner in Monroe. First time going there, first time having steak and eggs. It was bomb. Thank you, little Michael, for putting me on.
What's the go-to breakfast order at a restaurant with most things available, let's say?
I'm an omelet dude.
Oh, okay.
Yep, extra cheese. Yeah. I try not to get too sweet. You know, there's some American breakfast can really jack you up. It's so sweet.
That's the best part.
I try to stay away from the sweets.
I go pancakes or biscuits and gravy. Okay, what's next?
I'm a man. I'm 40.
All right. Remember when we were in San Francisco and we used to take that walk every morning to Media Row, and the pigeons were just fearless, right? Pigeons did not move. They didn't even fly. They just walked a little faster, right? They did not even budge. They were gangsta out there. And I'm driving the past couple weeks, and respectfully, construction workers are like pigeons. They do not move. I'm sitting there driving on East Lake, and this dude is like halfway in the lane, and does not flinch. Granted, thank you for wearing all the bright colors so I can see you, all right? But I'm like, y'all got to be careful out here in the streets because some people ain't going to see y'all. Y'all construction workers, you're getting East Lake right. I appreciate you. It's taking forever. I feel bad for the businesses that are losing business because people can't park there. But y'all got to be careful. These construction workers are like, I dare to hit me. And I almost think that they want to get hit so they get that
like a
workers'
check
comp or something like that. Like, because it was ridiculous. And then he just looks at me. I'm like, bro, you're in the lane. He's like, I know you got that reflective shirt on. I guess that gives you authority when it comes to driving. But y'all got to be careful, man. Those construction workers are like the pigeons in San Francisco. Dang. They do not budge at all. just be careful, okay, construction workers?
Now, you did imply that those pigeons were maybe trying to check you. Do you feel like these construction workers, you kind of see them doing a little bit of like, what if I do jump in front of your truck? What if I do?
That they're like, this is our road. We're building this for you.
Yeah.
You better maneuver past this. I don't care if there's no cones up protecting me. I'm going to stand halfway in your lane.
Honestly,
and you better move.
I kind of respect the construction worker that you passed for establishing himself as the alpha.
He was.
And saying, look, I'm not budging.
I'm not
doing it.
He did not move. Like, hey,
That's
I
an
got
alpha
you,
move.
dog. I got you. It's alpha, and I need to go to work, and I'm not trying to get sued, so I will go around you.
Okay, what's last?
Last one.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
I went and played golf on President's Day, and the sun's out. It's beautiful, and this is why I don't get tee times after or around. I gotta get on the course before 8 a.m. Okay, listen. If you are new to the game of golf, go to the course with someone who knows the etiquette of golf, okay? Don't go out there, you and 3 of your boys getting drunk, music loud, and you don't know the etiquette of the game. It's almost like when January comes around and the gym is just popping all of a sudden. There's people who are doing exercises where I'm like, that's going to jack your back up. That's going to hurt your elbow because they don't really know what they're doing, right? You got to go with someone who kind of knows so they can guide you. Or like when you go skiing or snowboarding, go with someone who does this so you know what you're doing. I was so frustrated on Monday. I had a 6-hour round, Stacey. I'm usually done 3.5, 4 hours, right? So I urge you, all you new golfers out there, welcome to the game. It's a beautiful game. The sun is coming out. The weather's changing a bit for you. I appreciate you. Get out there, but you got to know the dang etiquette, man. If you hit the ball 3 times and you go 3 yards, pick it up and go next to someone who's hit it 50 yards further than you. Don't be... If you're in a cart with somebody, all right, and your ball's to the right and theirs to the left, drop them off at your ball, then you go to the other ball, and you guys meet back up in the middle. Keep the pace going. These new golfers killed my experience, but I want you to still play the game because it's a beautiful game. I want you to get into it. But go with someone who knows the etiquette. When you are on the green or on the tee box, and then there's another group on the tee box, turn your music down. Don't be hooting and hollering and yelling and all that stuff, all right? If you hit a divot, replace your divot. If the ball hits the green, there's a mark on it, fix the mark. Go with someone who knows the dang etiquette of this because I was extremely frustrated, but I didn't want to get on these young men because I'm happy that they're out there playing the game.
I did think that the one you did about really liking slide-in sneakers was your oldest yet, but I think this might be your oldest get off my lawn yet. This is when you sound your oldest. When you said turn down the music, you don't need to be hooting and hollering.
Hooting and hollering.
That's when I saw you change.
You got to concentrate. In
real time, you just aged in front of me.
I aged on that course. I'm out here 6 hours, dog. I paid $100 and whatever dollars, and this is supposed to be my relaxing time.
And at your age.
What did at my age? What?
I'm just saying, being on your feet for 6 hours is a long time.
I work out, Stacey. But yeah, man, young people, welcome to the game. Just go with someone who knows the heck they're doing so you don't look foolish out there.
What's that movie or is it a movie or show where he goes, pace of play, pace of play? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? It's got to be a couple years old. It's from, not like a Will Ferrell, but one of those like buddy kind of like Paul Rudd movies. I'm convinced of it, where he's yelling pace of play.
Oh, no.
That's you.
That sounds familiar.
It sounds familiar because that was just you 2 minutes ago.
I take it. We should be out in 4 hours, 4.5 max. All right? 6 hours is ridiculous.
Okay, well, I will let you know the text line has your back with someone saying, preach, Bump.
Thank you.
A lot of golfers out there. Mariners insider Shannon Drayer joining us next on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
He built the Seahawks into the 2025 Super Bowl champions.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
And every Thursday afternoon at 4, he's on Seattle Sports.
I mean, we have higher expectations for ourselves.
It's the John Schneider Show, presented by Silver City Brewery. 2025 NFL Executive of the Year, John Schneider.
I think it's the ultimate organizational award.
Every Thursday at 4, exclusively on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Between his hobbies and decades of work in a boatyard, Philip had put his body through a lot.
I'm an avid fly fisherman and an avid skier. It takes its toll.
Not to mention one other thing.
I had a near-fatal motorcycle accident. Absolutely obliterated my lower left leg again.
Philip couldn't live with the pain anymore, so he decided to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
Listening to all these radio spots, I said, what do I got to lose?
What was your experience like with Dr. Wagner?
What I was so impressed with Mark about is that how often you have a surgery like this, and the guy calls you the next day to see how you're doing. I can't say enough good things about the guy, honestly.
And how are you feeling now?
I have no pain, none. Zero.
Wow. So would you recommend stem cell therapy to others?
I'm a fan, believe me. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
The madness tips off next week, and with it comes your chance to win the Seattle Sports Bracket Bucks, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Head to seattlesports.com/win to pre-register. Receive your bracket and compete for your shot at great prizes. The grand prize winner from the 64-team bracket will win $1,000 in Visa gift cards. But if your bracket is busted in the first round, we have other ways for you to play too. Register and find complete rules at seattlesports.com/win.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel welcomes Seattle Golf Show March 13th through 15th at Puyallups Washington State Fair Event Center. Parking's free. Get front door bonus golf, see 100 exhibits, top courses, and shop big brands with Putts Golf. Tickets, seattlegolfshow.com.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Yo, Harvey, Zoe, group selfie.
Ooh, nice new iPhone 17, Drewski.
Let's do a triangle formation. I'm in front.
With a center stage front camera, everyone fits in the shot.
You got it at T-Mobile.
But switching takes forever.
Not anymore. Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes.
Focus, people. Nail your pose.
And you get a new iPhone 17 on them.
No way.
Yes way.
No way.
Yes way, guys. Switch to T-Mobile and get iPhone 17 on us. And right now, we'll pay off your old phone up to $800.
I'm grabbing my phone and switching to T-Mobile right now.
Get back, Harvey. We're taking a... let's go again, y'all.
With 24 monthly bill credits, finance agreement, 256 gigabytes, $830, eligible trade-in, example iPhone 13, and new qualifying line, $60 plus per month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees. For well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. $800 via virtual prepaid card. Card typically takes 15 days after rebate submission, no cash access, and card expires in 6 months. Check out in 15 minutes per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Let's go!
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Rams bolstered their secondary with a blockbuster move this morning from ESPN's Adam Schefter. Los Angeles acquired cornerback Trent McDuffie from the Kansas City Chiefs in exchange for the number 29 pick this year. They still have number 13. They also sent over a 5th, 6th, and next year's 3rd.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Mariners insider Shannon Drayer joining us on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. As a reminder, Shannon's interviews with us are brought to you by Pacific Lamp and Supply. Shannon, we are hearing amazing things about the Mariners' young arms, in particular Ryan and Cade Anderson. How's everything looking out there for them?
Oh, they've been a ton of fun to watch, and they've really, I think, kind of grabbed the lion's share of the attention early on in spring training. And it's it's a sight that you don't see every day. You've got Cade Anderson, who has yet to pitch in a professional game that counts. He's pitched in a spring training game, but after he was drafted, they shut him down because he threw almost 140 innings in his college season, right through to the championship, which they had to give him a break there. And then you've also got, on the other end, Ryan Sloan, who was drafted straight out of high school, has had 1 year in the organization, and it seems like he has made leaps and bounds. He only just turned 20. When we first saw him after the draft, he looked like he was 15. And now he comes to spring training. I'm sure you've heard that he, just has really gone to work on the body, and he looks like anyone that's in the rotation right now physically, and just impressed in his first outing. Just threw 1 inning, 12 pitches, 10 strikes. First pitch was 99 miles an hour. Struck out another batter on 99. The slider looked fantastic, and the poise was just off the charts, as it is with Cade Anderson, too. And officials have been saying for a long time now that if there is a need this year for a starter, they could go to either of those guys a little bit later in the season, or they feel they have the potential to go to those guys. And so far, they've shown that that does look like a possibility. They've still got some work to do. Minor leagues is going to do wonders for both of them, and just kind of getting comfortable in the entire system, maybe working on some things. But these are both special pitching prospects.
You get any player reaction out of those two, like how it felt to be out there? I know it's not a regular season game, but I would assume that there was some butterflies, some jitters, just some player reaction. You get any?
No, Cade Anderson said he felt absolutely no jitters, and he wasn't surprised that he didn't feel any jitters. And for him, it's very workmanlike. With him, he has pitched on the biggest stage at one of the best college programs. He's pitched in the College World Series, and really hasn't been too blown away by anything yet. And then with Ryan Sloan, he kind of said the same thing. There weren't jitters. He said, I wasn't nervous, but I was excited, which was fantastic to hear from him. So, it's a testament to them, and it's also a testament to the Mariners and the players and the coaches around them and the work that's gone in. I mean, even though Cade Anderson had been shut down last June, he's already participated, I believe, in 3 off-season programs with the Mariners. So he's been around, he's been in that environment. He is, built up with Mariners coaches and other players alongside him. So I do think they feel comfortable where they're at, and they're driven. And they both, I wrote about this, it was one of the first things I wrote when I got down here, because it really struck me as something that you don't hear from, not even rookie pitchers, from prospect pitchers in a big league camp, surrounded by big leaguers, facing big leaguers in sim games, saying, we're just here to strike people out. And it's like, okay, all right, but that's what they're doing. That's who they are. And in talking to pitching coaches and Justin Hollander and Jerry DiPoto, they're thrilled with that attitude. That's what they want from them, especially since they both pointed out at the time, yeah, that's the preferred way for me to get out, but I have to do my job. First things first, you've got to get strike one.
I was listening to an interview that Brock and Salk had with Cal, and in that, Cal referenced Brian Wu, who said, we're not about being cute anymore. Basically, like the Mariners aren't plucky underdog. The expectation is that you're dominant, that you win a World Series. And it was just a quote in a conversation that kind of stuck with me for a while. Is there a conversation you've had, a quote, a line, maybe a takeaway in one of your conversations with a player or coach that's kind of stuck with you in spring training?
Well, it was also Brian Wu, and he, it's been fun to watch his development. Just obviously a special fastball, very raw when he got into the organization. Hadn't pitched a ton in college. Had the arm surgery while in college, and there were always questions: is he going to be durable enough? Is he going to? There were sometimes little kind of, just small aches or pains or small, not major injuries, but little things that made you wonder, and they had to be careful with him, and they had to bring him along slowly because he hadn't pitched a ton, period, not just in college. He didn't pitch in high school, so they were careful in bringing him along. And it was funny, I remember talking with Pete Woodworth last year, going into the season, about Brian Wu, and he said, yeah, he's basically entering his junior season right now. And he was talking about, he's in the big leagues right now, but they kind of looked at him as a junior in college. And then with everything that he did last year, I looked at Pete and I said, he skipped a senior year, didn't he? He's like, oh, yeah, he has graduated. He's got a job. He has moved on. But there's also a mental aspect that has happened with Brian Wu. I think you remember there were stories about a conversation that Cal had with him years ago, and he basically said, not years ago, probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, it's time to toughen up a little bit. You don't want to have that label of somebody that they have to be careful with. Go out there, push it a little bit. You can do it. And Brian took that to heart. He really looks up to Cal Raleigh. And last year, he put the team in the rotation on his shoulders at times. And so for him to do that and to do everything physically that he needed to do, to have the stuff that he has now, to have the track record and what he did last year, and then to add the part where he is carrying himself more like a leader right now. He doesn't have those questions anymore. What he said in a group meeting, what I was told what he said in a group meeting, I think summed it up best. He said that things are different right now. He said the World Series is not a goal, it's an expectation. And that goes right there with we're not here to be cute. And when you look at everything that they've been through, and I think it was a fair goal last year, like the last couple of years, I think playoffs were a fair expectation, but you don't really have the World Series usually as a goal until you've seriously done things. And now they're to the point where it is not a goal, it's an expectation. With everything that they did last year, the chip on the shoulder that they're going to have and coming just 8 outs away, they're not going to be satisfied this year, the players, with anything less than a World Series. And I like that he differentiated the goal and the expectation, which was the first time I'd heard something like that.
Shannon, it's kind of cool hearing you talk about that, through the player's eyes, because it's like watching an athlete develop, right? I train athletes, so I watch them. I train them as a 13-year-old. They go off to college and come back, and they're grown men and women. They just talk different. They walk different. That's kind of the feeling I got with this Mariners team going into this season. But my question is, with everyone being gone, right, with Julio being gone, Cal being gone, what's the leadership like around the ball club right now?
It's fine. They've got Brendan Donovan. They've got Rob Refsnyder. They have got the entire starting 5 pitchers. I'm sure I am leaving out people, but its leadership comes in so many different forms. It's no longer just one guy. It's no longer 2. It's 5, 6, 7. So, they are all just, I think, enjoying what's going on with their teammates, doing things that are basically achieving some dreams right now. This means a lot to every single player that left to play for their country, but at the same time keeping focused on getting the at-bats and getting the feel that they need in the box and, honing the pitches to the point where they're ready and feel 100% confident with everything on day one. And I think that the tone has so been set with this group, and there's absolutely no shortage of leaders. And that was one of the cool things. Another big discovery in coming in is that we heard the name Brendan Donovan so much. I think we thought of him as a younger player. I think we thought of him as more of a complimentary player. He's a leader. He, by example, by the conversations that he has with other players, he is most likely to be one of, if not the last player in the cage every day and the first one in there too. And he wouldn't have it any other way. And he said, I need to set that example. He said that early on, coming to a new team, that's one of the ways that I lead. And I love that he said that. And Rob Refsnyder, very veteran, very studied, and also has been leaders. He was a leader in that Boston Red Sox clubhouse for a while. He has that as well. So, and JP Crawford, too. You can't leave him out, especially when you think about the young infielders that you have. And both Cole Young and Colt Emerson have great relationships with him, and he has taken them both under his wing, not just this year, but in multiple spring trainings when they have been in camp. So I think they're doing just fine in that department.
Speaking of, when you have so many great leaders and great players, you don't have a lot of question marks on your roster. So for right now, where are some of those question marks for Seattle?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest question marks, and they want this to happen, and I think the only way it doesn't happen is if there's an absolute disaster. Can Cole Young, show them everything he needs to be the second baseman? And I think that if that happens, then I think everything kind of falls into place. You could say there would be a spot on the bench. I think that likely would go to the right-handed bat, and the trusted right-handed bat is switch hitter, but they really like him as a righty, of Leo Rivas. And again, Cole has had a nice showing. He showed up, looking different. He has, I think, played a little bit better in the field, and we're just starting to see the bat kick going with him. I think the only way that he wouldn't make it is if you were getting into the last week of spring training and he was just stumbling at the plate. He is, I think, the second baseman going forward. They want to see that happen. So I think that's going to happen. Colt Emerson does have a chance to make it. He would have to, as Jerry DiPoto said, they're looking for him to blow the doors off. They think that he has that capability. Has he done that yet? No. But he is very, very much impressed in how he goes about his business. Has been fantastic defensively at every position that he's played at. And he ended up playing a lot more shortstop than they expected him to with JP Crawford out because of the shoulder. Also has looked good at third, has had good plate appearances, looks like what he should look like at the plate. But I'm not sure that he is at that point where he is making them say, you absolutely have to bring him and find a way that he and Cole Young can coexist at the beginning of the season on this roster, which would involve moving Brendan Donovan around. So I think letting Donovan get comfortable at third base, Cole Young get going at second base, I don't think minor league at-bats would at all hurt Colt Emerson. So I have a feeling that's the way it will go, but I'm keeping it open to other things. Backup catcher, you invested in Kinzer. Do you go with him? Cal Raleigh likes Mitch Garver enough to bring him back and give him, a shot at. He's on a minor league deal. It pays $2.5 million if he makes it. They would also have to pay Kinzer's $1 million, so that would be a little bit of expensive. But Cal and Mitch work well together. Is that a possibility? Peretta has a minor league option. He is probably best of the backups defensively. He's had a nice showing so far. But he has that option, so that makes it a little bit easier with him. They've actually kind of developed some catching depth, which was not on the bingo card. They looked awfully short for most of the spring, so I think that's a question mark, and then the final two spots in the bullpen.
We talked a lot about Cole Young at second, JP short, Donovan bouncing around. There's a forgotten player, man. I haven't heard much about Rivas, man. What's his status? How's he looking?
He's looking good. He has very much earned the trust of the coaches and his manager, and he put a nice showing in offensively last year. And also, he's a good defensive shortstop, and they need that. And things will get cloudy for him when Colt Emerson makes the team because he could easily be the backup shortstop in addition to wherever they play him. He is a shortstop and a good shortstop at that. But Rivas has had a good spring so far. They like him. He's had a big moment with the team in the postseason as well. And I think it's just going to be a matter. I think a lot of what he does will be tied to what the two young players do. But he right now appears to be on a good path, probably the odds-on favorite to get one of those bench spots.
We had David Schoenfield on yesterday who said that he expects that Julio can heat up sooner. And I know that whole first half, second half Julio conversation can feel very tired, but it's also super relevant for a team that wants to make it to a World Series. So based on what you've seen in limited action from Julio, obviously, who also is off during this time. Do you think that it's fair to expect Julio can get started a little sooner?
Yeah, I mean, he's at the point in his career where, I mean, that's just kind of the final piece for him, I think, it is to put those numbers up early in the season and not be searching for them and then having the tremendous second half, which he is, done. And I'm not sure if it's you guys that I talked about it. I've talked about it on other shows. I tend to be too hard on him because the expectations put on him were so high. He had a tremendous season last year. And, when you sat back down and looked at the numbers and looked at what he did, he had a fantastic season. And I think that, you just need that April or even May, and this year especially, with knowing that there could be some regression with the offense. But I don't think so. I think you're going to look at a different offense this year. I think you are going to have a lineup that hits top to bottom rather than waiting for, big performances from Cal Raleigh or big performances from Julio Rodriguez. I think everybody is going to pitch in. I think it's going to make it extremely tough on opposing pitchers, and I think that you'll also make up for anything. Some of that might add up to more offense than we saw last year, but with the starting pitching, if they remain healthy, that is going to be so far ahead of what you had last year. That's going to help as well. But Julio's place in that is to start making that march towards the potential that he has always shown. And he has, achieved most of that. And the one thing that he hasn't done, and it's important to him, he actually had these written into his contract, and the bonuses and the escalators that he gets comes with MVP votes. That is in his sights. That is a goal that I think that he has, or an expectation that he has. And I do think that he is in a better place in figuring things out when they go wrong. I think what he did at the All-Star break last year was a huge step for him, and not going to the game and taking the time that he needed and doing the work that he needed and realizing that it wasn't just going to come, or it was going to be okay because he was Julio Rodriguez, or it was going to be okay because it was okay the last couple of seasons in the second half. He aggressively went after getting to that point, and he sacrificed to do that by not going to the All-Star game, and he took care of some things that he needed to on the kind of mental side of the game at that point, and some things that were going on in his life. He needed that time, and at 24 years old, he saw it, and he took that for himself. He showed up in camp ready to go for the WBC. His bats have been very good. I love what we saw the first few times from him at the plate. Nothing but, seeing some pitches, taking the ball to right field. He seems pretty comfortable at the plate early on. He doesn't seem to be searching for very much, and he is incredibly focused, and I think, very comfortable with where he is at. I don't think that he is the same 22, 23-year-old trying to balance everything that he was trying to balance. I think that he has learned how to manage what it's like to be a superstar or somebody that has had that label put on them in the game and all the demands that are made. I think he's learned how to say no a little bit here and there. So I think he is in a good place to potentially have the best season of his career.
Shannon's updates from Peoria are brought to you by Pacific Lamp and Supply. She's Mariners insider Shannon Drayer. Thanks, Shannon.
Thanks, Shannon.
You got it, guys.
Have a good one. Let's get to 4 Down territory.
This is 4 Down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down, what did the Rams do that makes complete sense?
McDuffie, they went and got him. You better go get him. You know why you got to go get him? One, go Cougs. But you got to get him because JSN lit y'all up, man. JSN in 3 games against the Rams went for 354 yards. That's $118 a game with 2 touchdowns. You have to see this man for the foreseeable future. And defensively, the Rams were not great when it comes to interceptions. 8 interceptions, 5th least in the league. This is the type of move that I understand and I don't appreciate because the Rams are getting better. They clearly see something wrong with their secondary, and they went and got probably one of the best corners in the game right now in Trent McDuffie. Also, yeah, it makes complete sense, man. What do you have to do? You have to do things to combat your nemesis, the guys who run the division. Right now, that is the Seahawks, and they have arguably the best receiver in the game.
Second down. Where is Kyler Murray going to land, and who said it first?
Vikings, and you said it first.
Yeah, I did.
You did say it. You probably don't even remember.
Earlier today?
No.
earlier yesterday. Last week.
Like last week,
The week before.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
He's got to go to the Vikings, right? Like, if I'm Kyler Murray, I do not want to touch the Jets. I don't want to go there. It sounds like the Jets are trying to position themselves to draft Ty Simpson anyway. He has to go to the Vikings. And if it does not work with the Vikings, then he will forever be a backup because you have weapons over there. You got Justin Jefferson. You got Jordan Addison. You got T.J. Hawkinson. You got Aaron Jones in the backfield. But if you do go to the Vikings, what happens to J.J. McCarthy? Maybe he could be the next Sam Darnold, bounces around for a little bit, then finds a team. Or the next Mac Jones, bounces around for a little bit. Mac Jones is hot in these streets right now. It's unfortunate the way J.J. McCarthy's career has started because I see some potential there. But when you have a roster that's ready to win right now, like the Vikings are ready to win, you can't risk it. You saw him play last year. 11 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 1,600 yards, playing about 8-9 games and whatnot. He just needs to develop, man. He needs some time. He needs to be in the right offense. And I wonder, I know just how sick the Vikings are right now. But they're ready to win right now. They just need a quarterback. Kyler Murray has to go there.
You know what J.J. McCarthy's mistake was? Introducing 9. It was too soon.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have introduced us to 9. You can't have an alter ego that's like, oh, this guy's a savage. Oh, when I'm 9, watch out. Before you've proven it.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
kind of something you have conversations with your boys about it.
Yeah.
And then you put a full season together, maybe 2 seasons, and you're like, yeah.
Then
9 did that.
Then you let us start having conversations about 9 where we're like, look out. But it was too soon. You had one fun game, and then all of a sudden it was 9.
Hey, but he was feeling himself.
And I don't blame him.
What game was that? Was it against the Bears?
I don't even remember,
13
but
to 20,
it was where it was from that
143.
locker room where he's got that look on his face where you could tell it's 9.
Or maybe it was a Commanders game. 16 for 23, 163, 70% completion, 3 touchdowns.
Gotta be. That's gotta be 9.
Yeah, it has to be. There's 9.
Third down. Why are you leaning toward keeping Kobe over Rashid if you had to choose?
This goes back just to a conversation we were having earlier and with a texter. And I go back and forth, but I'm leaning towards Kobe because I really feel like Horton can be that number 2 receiver. You have a number 3 in Cooper Kupp already, a guy who's going to be solid. Horton had 5 touchdowns in X amount of games, 8 games, 1 less than Rashid. Also had a punt return for a touchdown. I just see a lot of potential there, man. If they can keep both, go ahead and keep both. But with Rashid, you have a guy who has produced more than him this year when it comes to actual the actual receiver position, and he's getting the return game. I want Rashid Shaheed here, though. I would love to keep him and Kobe. But if I had to choose, man, Deuce, man.
I know. What if he does get loose?
I mean, he's going to get loose
away.
wherever he is. He might be loose right now, though. But I'm leaning towards Kobe.
Curtis was team keep Rashid.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a case.
There's arguments for both. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, man.
Oh, I know.
No. You got the best returner in the game, and then you have one of the better safeties in the game who completes your defense. It's a tough position to be in, but I get either argument.
If you do
Aaron Jones got released by the Vikings?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Where have I been the last month? Hey, still got weapons
save
over
money
there.
To pay 9.
Still got weapons over there.
Yeah, a lot of weapons. They're one of the craziest examples of like what a team could potentially be if they were to tap into a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like you look at the Raiders, Fernando Mendoza could come out and look great and be really special. They're not going to a Super Bowl. There's too many question marks around him. There's just not enough weapons there. You look at the Vikings and you're like, shoot. I mean, you don't need a top 5 guy for the Vikings to be really competitive. I know the North is really spicy, so, you might be going in there as a wild card, but still.
253 says Horton can't stay healthy. Why do we do this to players all the time?
He's played for 1 season in the NFL.
First season in the league.
Maybe they're looking at his college history as like, well, he slipped in the NFL because he got hurt his final year in college. Yeah, so. I'd
give him a couple more years before we start doing that.
Okay. There is a new report out on the deteriorating relationship between Max Crosby and the Raiders. And one of the more interesting nuggets concerns one Tom Brady. That's next on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Having one of those days where a little of this would make things so much better.
Fastball, strike 3 called. He got him looking. How about that for a Cactus League debut? Cade Anderson striking out the side.
We got you. You can stream every Mariners spring training game live for free on the Seattle Sports app. Making lives better through Mariners baseball, one
Goodbye, baseball!
at a time. Home of your American League West champion Mariners.
High five! Up top! Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Heck yeah! He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Yes! The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Do you need a new roof? Then trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing to get you taken care of this spring. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and secure $500 off your roof replacement. Right now, you can still take advantage of spring pricing and beat the summer rush. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
The nonprofit Puget Sound Senior Baseball League plays real baseball on the best fields. The season first tryout for adults ages 18 to 65 and older is this Sunday, March 8th at Hogan Park at Russell Road in Kent. With 10 divisions featuring different age and skill levels, there's room for almost every ball player, from ex-Little Leaguers to high school and even former college and pros. Get all the info at pssbl.com. That's pssbl.com.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY, and I want to talk to you about being filmed. It wasn't that long ago that the shiny object on an officer's chest was a badge, not a camera. The good news? Greater police transparency. The bad news? Did I mention you're being filmed? 1-800-DUI-AWAY recommends being respectful and courteous, but don't mistake the officer for your therapist. The officer suspects you of having committed a crime, even when you haven't. 1-800-DUI-AWAY is here to protect you. The officer is there to collect evidence to use against you. We'll comb through the footage, looking for opportunities to deliver the best possible outcome. We can help. Call for a free consultation by phone or video for all criminal defense charges. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com. If you find yourself frowning for the camera, smile and call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY! The madness tips off next week, and with it comes your chance to win the Seattle Sports Bracket Bucks, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Head to seattlesports.com/win to pre-register, receive your bracket, and compete for your shot at great prizes. The grand prize winner from the 64-team bracket will win $1,000 in Visa gift cards. But if your bracket is busted in the first round, we have other ways for you to play too. Register and find complete rules at seattlesports.com/win.
It took us 93 years to build this reputation, but it'll take just 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
Don't miss the All Sound Plumbing Mariners Cactus League report. Tuesday nights at 6. Going inside Mariners camp on the home of the American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
P&D Tree Service, experts in local tree removal. Their team works fast to remove problem trees in your yard and neighborhood. Have you ever seen a tree removed by a crane? P&D Tree Services specializes in close-quarter tree removal to minimize impact on your landscaping. 24-hour emergency service. Any job, big or small. Safe, efficient, and fast. P&D Tree Service turns multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. Enjoy a clean, safe, and bright yard. PNDTreeService.com.
Seattle, want to win tickets to opening day? Emerald City Athletics is turning workouts into wins. Activate your free trial today and get automatically entered to win opening day tickets. Emerald City Athletics is more than a gym. They're locally owned and rooted in Seattle pride. For a limited time, try Emerald City Athletics for 29 days free and get entered to win opening day tickets. Visit emeraldcitygyms.com to get started. Emerald City Athletics, smarter fitness, real results, champion energy for all.
This is the story of the one.
As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
We are starting the timeline with a very interesting piece by The Athletic's Mike Silver coming out of Vegas. He wrote about the deteriorating relationship between the Raiders and Max Crosby. He said things fell apart last December. You guys already know this story. It was when Spytech told Max Crosby, hey, we're shutting you down for the final 2 games, because clearly at that point they wanted to tank and get the number 1 pick. And Crosby, who reportedly stormed out of the team's training facility, recognized where his team was at, which was tanking, not valuing competition, trying to just turn this thing around, and that where he was at, being a top-tier edge rusher, were very different places. So Mike Silver says since then it's become obvious Crosby wants a change of scenery. However, one of the interesting nuggets to come from this has to do with Tom Brady. Apparently, the amount of influence that longtime business partner of Tom Brady, Alex Guerrero, has over the organization is frustrating Max Crosby. Quote, like many players and coaches, so Crosby isn't the only one, Crosby was frustrated by the presence of Guerrero, a staunch Brady ally whose official title is wellness coordinator. He regularly attends practices and meetings, purports to possess significant organizational power, informing players of impending transactions, and even indicating to staff members who don't follow his instructions that their jobs may be at risk.
Ooh.
He's perceived to have a direct pipeline to Brady, who lives in Florida and serves as Fox lead analyst, limiting his in-person presence. Suffice it to say that there are trust issues permeating the Raiders training facility in Henderson, Nevada.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. What's a wellness
made-up title for Brady to have a spy in the building.
Essentially, that's it. And that's how you lose trust, especially with your leaders, right? You want to be able to communicate directly to them. And I wonder if it's been presented this way, like, hey, this is my man Alex Guerrero. He's going to be handling things for me. Or did he just pop up and start barking out orders and stuff?
It's like this in New England near the end.
Yeah, like you have to there has to be some type of procedure or kind of process that eases him into that situation or that position if that's what it's going to be. And it sounds like it runs deeper than Max Crosby. There's some coaches who don't like it as well. It don't sound good in Vegas right now, at least from that perspective.
I will say, how would you as a player feel? Now, you as a player, you've talked about tough conversations with like a GM, other players, whatever. Like every player recognizes the hierarchy, all of that. But how would you feel as a player if there was a guy in the building where you're like, you're not a player, you're not a coach, you're not even a specialist who's hired in here.
Yeah.
Like, who are you? And then he was telling you, hey, be careful. If you don't say what I do, your job could be at risk.
Yeah. No, that's the thing is you're not on the coaching staff.
Yeah.
Do you even have an office here? Or you just show up every day and just wander around?
Wellness coordinator.
Make threats. Wellness
Making
coordinator.
sure you're well.
Seahawks, if y'all need a wellness coordinator, I got you. I can do that job for you.
If you guys need me to do a made-up job so that I can just be a spy and a right-hand man for one of the minority owners, done.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like Brady is now part of the Raiders and automatically just fell into doing Raider stuff. You know, like something about that silver and black just corrupts you a little bit. And but I think Brady's a smart enough guy to where hopefully he gets this feedback and kind of switches things up a bit.
Next up, 49ers left tackle Trent Williams was a guest on the Pivot podcast and shared about how he'd rather lose before the Super Bowl than actually lose in the Super Bowl.
I tell people all the time, I'd rather not go than to go and lose because the pain of losing, that lasts for months. I was under a rock for 3-4 months, like literally. I didn't even want to be seen in public. I didn't want to see no Instagram posts. I didn't want to see no Twitter. I actually found peace because I got off of all social media. My phone was as dead as it's ever been, and just, I was able to heal properly. It was surreal. Like, I didn't even realize it was over. I seen the touchdown, and I'm thinking, like, damn, it couldn't have ended just like that. And then I ain't lie, I see Andy Reid running on the field. I said, oh, it's over with.
And he had to do it twice. In 19 and 23, obviously losing a Super Bowl both times to the same team. I've never been in that position, but I think I might agree with him.
Only reason why I don't agree with him is because you get bonus checks if you make it to the Super Bowl. All right.
Fair.
And Trent makes a lot of money, but
Yeah.
there's some guys on that team that could use those bonus checks. I would also assume that he's probably referring to the second one more than the first one.
Yeah.
Because the first one, you got to be happy to be there. Yeah, it hurts to lose, but I would assume going back again and losing again would just be difficult. I've never played a game that big, obviously. I've lost games that meant a lot to me, and I know that place. I've been that place, and just you disappear and just you don't talk to anybody. But the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
That's a different level.
I feel like the same kind of psychology applies to, would you rather get 2 of 6 numbers right for the lottery and lose, or get 5 of 6 right and lose? Both times you lost. You did not win the lottery, but one of them might sit with you a bit differently. Now, that's not going to sting nearly as much as losing a Super Bowl, but I totally get what he's saying about sometimes being closer to something and losing it, even though either way you lost, feels so much worse than losing when you're further away.
Here's the thing. I've been in games where we got blown out. And in the third quarter, all right, this game's over with, right? It is what it is. And then been in games where we lost, like, last drive.
Yeah.
That's as close as I get to that feeling right there, so I understand them.
Did it feel worse?
Sometimes I'd rather just get blown out. Like, yeah, if you're going to beat us, it's all right. I have time during the game to accept what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But when you're so close like that and you lose with a heartbreak, yeah, I can feel them.
Are cracks starting to form in the WNBA Players Association during negotiations for a new CBA? In our next story, Kelsey Plum and Brianna Stewart wrote a letter to the union executive director, Terry Jackson. In it, they expressed gratitude for, like, hey, we're so happy this is being handled, but they also expressed concerns over how the Players Association is handling current negotiations. Nafisa Collier this morning had this to say.
How confident are you that a new deal can be done and not impact the schedule with that timeline?
I honestly can't speak to it. It's so fluid right now. Like, we're going back and forth every single day. Again, we understand the time constraints, but, we have things that need to get done before that time, but we're working as fast as we can to get them done.
That sounds like there could be a work stoppage. Again, the deadline to avoid a work stoppage entirely is March 10th. You have Nafisa Collier being asked about it, saying, look, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable speaking on whether or not it's going to get done before then. By the way, that letter had a couple complaints, but one of them chiefly was just like that there maybe wasn't enough player representation during those conversations or enough transparency.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because you feel like the WNBA is in a good place with its star power, with its popularity growing. And, you're supposed to fight for what you feel is fair. But when you have such a small season, too, it's only, 2 or 3 months their season is, you're going to lose out on these women making, I guess, their money for the year. A lot of these women don't go overseas, right? They play in these leagues and then they train, they coach or whatnot. That's the player I'm thinking about. Like a player like Clark is going to be fine. Reese is going to be fine. Like the Stars is going to be fine because they got endorsements and they play overseas. But it's the lower tier. It's the woman getting paid $80K, $100,000 that I think about in this situation. But yeah, we knew it was going to be rocky. These negotiations never just go smoothly.
Did you see that report about Cam Brink saying that she spends the bulk of her salary? She gets plenty of endorsements, obviously, but the actual salary from playing is spent mostly on a personal chef.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
That's the discrepancy between. I mean, all of us want the season to start on time. Just latest check-in, it doesn't sound like it will. And you're right. To your point, it's a shame because of where the league could be right now.
Yeah, they're there's so much potential in this league.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's the most popular it's ever been. They got some star power. It's unfortunate.
All right, last story here, jumping to the NBA. Remember all the way back to the start of the NBA season when Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups was arrested by the FBI for his role in a illegal poker ring? We all remember that. Well, looks like they're looking at a plea deal for at least 12 of the 31 defendants. So there may not be a case that even goes to trial.
Really?
Yeah. So they said that they're reasonably optimistic that this can get done. Oh, my God, stumbling over my words. Which is surprising to me because it sure sounded like they had a lot of evidence to actually put people away. But maybe they just want to avoid it entirely.
Hey, free Chauncey.
Free Chauncey. Chauncey was obviously
I know,
guilty.
I'm just joking. You do the crime. What did it say? Do the crime, do the time?
Do the crime, don't do the time, I guess, in this case. Going back-to-back Mariners here. Coming up at noon, when it comes to this year's Mariners, we saw something happen for the first time. Very interesting. Before we get to that, a closer look at Colt Emerson's ramp up to the big leagues next on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
9 out of 10 experts agree wearing earbuds at work is the universal signal for leave me alone. So grab the earbuds, pull up the Seattle Sports app, and trade that annoying coworker's endless yapping for this.
He's at the wall. Cal Raleigh's first one of the spring.
Listen to every Mariners spring training game live for free, only on the Seattle Sports app. Improving lives through Mariners baseball, one
sparkling play by Josh Naylor
at a time.
Have you considered surgery or even joint replacement? Hey, it's Dave Wyman, and before you make that decision, see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Why? Because he gives it to you straight. Dr. Wagner said my right knee needs replacement, and I appreciate his honesty and expertise. My left knee is fine right now, but the minute it isn't, I'm heading to Dr. Wagner for his expert opinion. I want to avoid another surgery, and I've heard so many patients rave about results from their 90-minute outpatient stem cell procedure with Dr. Wagner. He's a board-certified Seattle physician with over 30 years of experience and has performed more than 20,000 stem cell procedures using a person's own stem cells to regenerate cartilage in their own joints. People with severe osteoarthritis, even bone on bone, are back doing what they enjoy without pain and without surgery. Whether it's a shoulder, hip, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
Well, the wet, chilly weather has certainly arrived. It's Mike Salk here, and if your attic and crawl space are well insulated, your home should be fine. Should feel cozy and warm without your furnace having to work overtime. But you'd be surprised to learn how many homes in Western Washington lack insulation in these spaces. It's why you call Crawl Pros. If you're feeling cold drafts or seeing that heating bill spike, now's a great time to learn if you got anything going on behind that crawl space or attic by calling Crawl Pros. They'll come out to your house just like they did to mine, do the corner-to-corner inspection. In my case, they found the problem, showed me the pictures, and then they got it all fixed. Now, if they do discover your home is under or improperly insulated, they'll show you all the utility rebates that are available to help you get the work done correctly. Like if you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could get a rebate to cover up to 95% of the cost of the insulation job. If you're worried anything is going on in your crawl space or attic, including critters, water intrusion, mold, plumbing issues, anything, call Crawl Pros and schedule your free corner-to-corner inspection at crawlpros.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Join the Seattle Sports Commission for a star-studded fundraising event featuring the athletes and icons of Washington sports. Experience red carpet interviews, sports exhibits, a silent auction, and live awards show. Created for the sports community by the sports community, all while supporting the nonprofit power of Seattle sports. Don't miss your chance to be a
risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. For service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump Stacy
Weekdays 10 to 2.
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Diving into the Mariners back-to-back here. We'll start with this one. Colt Emerson, obviously an exciting prospect. It feels redundant to say that. But one of the conversations we've had a lot about Colt Emerson is A, when will he debut? And B, what's it mean for JP Crawford? How do you get Colt that time and those reps while respecting JP's place on this team? We'll start with what John Morosi had to say about that balance during Wyman and Bob.
There's no doubt in my mind that Emerson will start games at shortstop for this team this season. It's just a question of when and how. And it is important that the how is handled the right way. Everybody knows this. Dan Wilson knows this. Jerry DePoto knows this. Hollander knows this. I'm not breaking any news to them. But I think I would just caution Mariner fans to be patient. If Emerson is hitting like 590 at the end of spring training and he's sent down, trust me, they're not going to forget about him, okay? Like, this is just, there's a certain protocol of how things have to be handled in this game. You know, again, one game can cost you here or there, but also handling your players the right way also matters.
John Morosi's hilarious. You don't need to worry that they're overlooking what Colt Emerson could do. Now, he did say there should be some concern with JP.
JP Crawford has been one of the most dependable players during this era of the Mariners. Very popular player among the fans in the clubhouse. He still has, I think, a lot to offer. Obviously, the caveat being, if the shoulder's a problem, that's a real problem. When you're into March and there is still some question about how your shortstop's throwing, objectively speaking, that's a concern. They may say it's not a concern, and they may downplay it, and I suppose they're entitled to do that. But opening day is in like 3 weeks, and if your shortstop wasn't really able to cut it loose and throw the ball until roughly now, that is a situation worth watching. Do you have Emerson start the year in the minor leagues? Possible. And then see how JP begins the season. If JP is not hitting like he usually hits, and if the defense is not what it should be and what it needs to be, then I think you very quickly put him on the IL and bring up Emerson and then just see how the situation goes.
Bump, this is a 4-ingredient recipe that I'm curious about how you'd navigate. Here are the 4 ingredients. 1, Colt's talent and ceiling. A very important part of this conversation. 2, JP's age and defense. Another important part. 3, JP's leadership and experience. And 4, Colt's lack of experience. The 4 biggest parts to this entire discussion. So with those four in mind, how would you navigate this as the Mariners? It's an impossible question to answer, but I'm going to force us to try right now anyways.
The first thing I did, I looked and said, I go, JP probably only played in like 140 games, right? Nah, my man played in 157. So I was trying to find space. Like, all right, well, maybe, naturally he'll find some time to get in there. I think that JP's age might play a role into this because at 31, maybe he needs a day or two off from time to time. But I think this is a situation where it's going to happen naturally, right? I feel like JP's going to have some wear and tear on his body. It's going to be a natural situation for Emerson to come up. Emerson comes up and he plays some decent ball. Naturally, they're going to be like, JP, take your time. Let's let this young man go. But what needs to happen is there needs to be a conversation with JP with how they're going to handle this. Because JP has been a stable here. He has been a leader. He has been clutch. He does have a gold glove. Like you don't disrespect JP because you have this young man. Whatever happens, there needs to be some communication. But I think that naturally he's going to get phased into this thing because there's going to be opportunity for JP just to take a few days off, man. And I think you should. I don't think you take a few days off. I think you listen to your body, you take your days off, but no matter what happens, JP should be secure in that this is my job for at least this year. But I understand we have to work this young man in and sprinkle him in. My only concern is that just keep JP in a good space mentally. Like don't jack him up.
Why is that so important?
Because you need him. He's a leader on this team. He's done so much for this team, and he can still play some decent ball. I think he's still a key component in what you're doing. And baseball is such a mental game anyway. You fail so much in this game. I don't want to do anything to rattle JP or to make him feel devalued here. But he has to also understand like this guy's next up.
I think there's also real value to his experience that is being overlooked because of Colt's ceiling. Right? You talked about how common failure is, and you've made this point before, so I'm kind of echoing it. But even though Colt's talent is incredible, and everyone's very excited to see him, and that we will see him relatively soon, right? Buster Olney saying he's pretty confident that before May 15th, you heard John Morosi in that cut with Wyman and Bob saying, I'm confident he's going to be, getting games at shortstop. However, I'm finding what I think is a premature response of get rid of JP, sit JP, move to Colt immediately. And I think it needs to be a very gradual handing over of it because Colt has simply never done what JP's done, and that's play in the majors.
And there's no need to throw him out there too early, too. Like, have this team. This team, they're going through some changes a little bit right now, right? A full season with Josh Naylor. Robles is back. Obviously, you have these young men waiting in the wings. You got Donovan over here. Cole's playing at second base. You got to let this thing settle in a little bit and figure out. I think once a few months have gone by and you see where this team is, what's needed, who they are, then it's easier to figure out a timeline of how and when to work him into this thing. I'm telling you, like, JP could make this decision for you and just look bad, and not be healthy. So give it some time because sometimes Mother Nature just takes its course and things will happen.
From the 425 regarding Colt, if we bring him up, we all caps can't repeat the Kelenic mistakes. Question for the room. Were the mistakes on the part of the Mariners or on Jared Kelenic?
That's entirely on Jared Kelenic. I don't think there was any mistake made by the Mariners. Maybe not sending him down sooner after he did that 1 for 50 stretch that started his career, but I think Jared Kelenic was his own worst enemy.
I also don't, Bump, maybe you remember, I don't remember the context around when Jared Kelenic was brought up as being he's got to save you.
Yeah, I think it was more out of curiosity. I mean, if you look at, I'm just looking at the roster from 2022 when he was pulled up. You got Ty, Gino, Frazier, JP, Rodriguez, Winker, and then you have guys like Toro on the roster, Carlos Santana, who was super streaky, Dylan Moore, I think that was during his better years, Sam Haggerty. Like, you're looking at this lineup or this roster, and it's nothing like what we're looking at today that really impresses you. So it was more like, let's just see. We have two talented individuals in Julio and Kelnick. Let's just see. Towards now, you don't have room for let's just see. It's he's got to be ready because this team is prepared to win a championship.
When it comes to this year's Mariners, speaking of, we just saw something happen for the first time. That's next on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
MLB Network insider John Morosi with Wyman and Bob.
John, looking at this Mariner team, who's the biggest competition in the American League? Good question. I'll say this. There's no team in the American League whose chances to reach the World Series I like better than those of the Seattle Mariners. When you look at even just today the way the lineup looks, Donovan, then Cal, then J-Rod, then Naylor.
Subscribe to Seattle Sports on YouTube and watch the full interview.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. Spring and summer, it's right around the corner. So if you haven't called PCF about getting started on your new deck, well, right now is the time. With a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long. And right now, you can get up to $6,000 off your entire project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. Save an additional $1,500 when you bundle your deck and patio cover. Some restrictions do apply, but do what we did. Contact PCF for all the details and start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build by the spring. Planning and permits, they can take a little time, so please don't wait. Get started today. Get project ideas, browse photos, and find all the offer details at PCFgroup.com. That's PCFgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with People Come First.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel welcomes Seattle Golf Show March 13th through 15th at Puyallups Washington State Fair Event Center. Parking's free. Get front door bonus golf, see 100 exhibits, top courses, and shop big brands with Putts Golf. Tickets, seattlegolfshow.com.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman speaking to those who have recently been diagnosed with prostate cancer. It's important to know you have several options for treatment. I'm here with Dr. Meyer, medical director of the Swedish Radiosurgery Center, to talk about one of the best and technologically advanced treatment options, CyberKnife. Dr. Meyer, why is CyberKnife one of the best procedures to treat prostate cancer?
Well, treatment for prostate cancer can affect men's quality of life. It can affect their romantic life. It can affect their urine and bowel function. And the CyberKnife does the best job of preserving that function while having excellent cancer control rates.
What do your patients think of the CyberKnife treatment experience?
Well, at the Swedish CyberKnife, our patients are really satisfied with the experience. They report very few side effects, and we are seeing excellent cancer control 10 years later.
To learn more about CyberKnife for prostate cancer, go to swedish.org/CyberKnifeProstate or call 206-320-7187. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish CyberKnife.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
When you buy a new vehicle from Lee Johnson, you'll get a lifetime powertrain warranty included.
Every season is a little bit different here in Washington, but I'll tell you what, the amount of rain never seems to change in the winter, and we have sure gotten a ton of it this season. All that rain, all that water, it's all got to go somewhere. And if it makes its way into your crawl space, that's when it can create all sorts of problems, including real structural damage, which could really affect your home. But more importantly, for the health of your family, the water in that crawl space could create toxic mold, and that has serious health repercussions. Thankfully, we have Crawl Pros. They can come in and keep your crawl space dry, install a sump pump and drainage, and reroute that water back out and away from your home. They'll also take care of any mold that may have been created. Don't take the risk. It's too important. The best way to learn if you have any water is to ask Crawl Pros to visit your home and inspect your crawl space for free. Crawl Pros will go where you don't want to. So if you're worried about water damage, mold, insulation issues, or anything else related to your crawl space or attic, call Crawl Pros or visit crawlpros.com.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Blockbuster trade. The Rams bolstered their secondary this morning with a massive move from ESPN's Adam Schefter. LA acquired cornerback Trent McDuffie from the Kansas City Chiefs in exchange for the number 29 overall pick this year. The Rams still have another first rounder, that being 13 overall. The Rams also sent over a 5th, 6th, and next year's third-round pick.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. We saw something we've never seen before when it comes to the Seattle Mariners. And I'm not talking about Cal Raleigh hitting 60 home runs, which was literally something we hadn't seen before from a catcher or from a Mariner. No, this has to do with outside opinion that you guys are really going to value. ESPN MLB Insiders ranked the top 100 players in MLB, do it every single year. And this time, 2 Mariners cracked the top 10. You can guess who they are. Cal Raleigh at number 7 and Julio at number 9. The Mariners are the only team to have 2 players inside the top 10.
In the world, Craig.
Only team in the world, Craig, to have 2 players in the top 10. Think about that. Think of the best Mariners team, I'll say of the last 20 years, maybe.
Right, because ESPN wasn't making these lists 30 years ago.
So, I don't want to hear in the 90s. No, I'm talking of a more modern iteration of the Mariners. Since... obviously since 2001, but the
.com era.
Yeah, in the .com era of the Mariners, when, you could use an iPhone, let's say. You've never seen this before.
This is exciting. I didn't expect this. 2 in the top 10?
2 in the top 10.
Did not expect it.
I feel like you're accepting an award.
I know.
I didn't expect.
I didn't
expect this.
I did not. I was completely surprised when I saw this. I felt like Cal would be in the top 10. I think I felt Julio would just be right outside the top 10.
Fair.
But no, this is, you know what? These are homegrown players too, right? These are guys that you have developed. These are guys that you have stuck with through the years. Obviously, Cal coming off the greatest season we've seen a catcher have. And then Julio, it's crazy seeing Julio at 9 feeling that he still has more to do. I think that's the most exciting part about Julio is that, I'm looking at him at 9, and I'm thinking to myself, he gets off to a better start. He hits a few more bombs. He still has a few more bases. There's no telling what this year holds for Julio. So, Justin and Jerry, pat yourselves on the back. You did good.
Yeah, I think that this, maybe you're getting tired, a listener, not you. But a hypothetical listener, let's say, I can get how it would be repetitive, especially this time of the year. Look, it's list season, okay?
Right.
This is when we make our lists. It's a slightly quieter time of the sports calendar. So I get that there are days when you might be like, okay, yes, and I just want the season to start.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is worth pausing and not just appreciating. That's
you
dumb.
felt real passion right there.
Because I do. I think this is worth pausing and going, wait a minute. Sometimes there are many times you'll say something like, oh, the season could be great, and you're not feeling it in the moment.
Yeah.
But I did pause when I looked at this and just stopped and thought, and Curtis and I were thinking about, like, okay, 2015, you had a lot of home run hitters. Like, you've had good combinations of players, but, like, you can say, and it's not hyperbole, that this is the best Mariners team you've seen in 20 years.
It's been a long time since we've seen this collection of talent on opening day with the Mariners. Yeah, like it's been a number of years since we've seen this. And I just think back to a couple of years ago, not even that far in recent history. We would always look at these top 10 position lists in baseball and be like, well, Cal's not even a top 10 catcher, or like Julio's only the sixth best center fielder.
The approach was who got snubbed.
And it was kind of like, well, at least they had like 3 guys listed in the top 10 of their positions.
Yes.
In baseball. And now, through the development of the last couple of years, you got 2 guys now in the top 10 in all of baseball. We're not just talking positions, we're talking baseball. Scrolling through the list too, Brian Wu is at 46. Like, it's not just him, or it's not just Julio and Cal. Logan Gilbert, 57. Like, there is talent dripping throughout this roster. And I mean, I think that's what makes everybody so hopeful heading into this season. Like, a return trip to the ALCS is very much within the realm of possibility.
Well, and think about that. This isn't just like top players in the AL West, top players in the American League. The Dodgers are included in this list, and they do not have 2 players in the top 10.
Bunch of bums.
I've always said that.
Yeah.
I've always said that.
Back to back, schmack to back.
Let's see if you can do it 3 times
That's
before
right.
I respect you.
That's funny because I am looking at the full list. There's a bunch of Dodgers on this list.
There
though.
are
Just
a ton
not-
of Dodgers.
just
There
not in the
are a
top
ton
10.
of Dodgers, but in the
But
top 10.
though.
I miss
Yeah.
George
Wild.
Kirby, too. He's on the list as well.
Think about that. I mean, the Mariners are not top 10 in payroll, which obviously means they're not top 5 in payroll. And they have 2 players in the top 10.
Yeah, it's a start, right? This time of the year, this is what we do. We make these lists. We rely on the sports or baseball nerds to compile these lists and make it interesting. And this is, I feel like, uncharted territory. Has there ever been 2 Mariners in the .com era? I mean, like, this is so.
.com era, no. I would say late 90s,
Yeah.
you had A-Rod and Griffey.
Yeah.
There's certainly not been the kind of expectations of this team in my experience. I think it would be different. Like, maybe when I was a little kid, it was different. But for a good chunk of adults right now, certainly like anyone under 30, this is the best team they've seen.
Yeah, and this just reiterates the expectation. This just reinforces the idea that this team is a championship caliber team. I mean, I'm all the way down to 97. Josh Naylor's there. Yeah, this is it's exciting, man. This just it shows you that whatever process they have or have had the last 3 or 4 years is panning out and it's working. I mean, last year was proof of that, right? Everyone I speak to, anyone I respect who knows this game, thinks that this team is already better than last year's team, right? And that's with losing Polanco and Gino. So that's exciting, man. Just now it's time to go. How many more days until we start?
26?
22.
22, I said. Oh, yeah, because it's on the 26th, obviously.
All right. That's my daughter's birthday, so let's get there.
Happy early birthday, Jada. Of Julio, David Schoenfield, one of the insiders for this, said this is the year it all comes together, and he has to make his season prediction for the players. He hits better in April. He hits better at home. He goes 40-30 and finishes with an 8 WAR, which puts him in the thick of the MVP race.
Talking Julio?
Talking Julio. For Cal, he expects still a great power hitter, 47 home runs.
If that season goes down, championship.
That's what. Think about that.
Championship.
40-30 season, 8 WAR for Julio, and 47 home runs for Cal.
Well, because Cal's probably putting up like a 7-8 win season
does
himself
that.
if he hits 47. Yeah.
Yeah. Championship, if that goes down. Championship. But you have 2 players who are capable of doing it. And that's not even highlighting the guy who should be filling in the gaps, which is Donovan, right? His slash is going to be less attractive just because it's going to be consistent, right? You're not going to have these power numbers going across the board. So, yeah, it's nice to be talked about in this way, right? It took half the football season for people to really kind of buy into the Seahawks because of what these guys have done last year. Guys are bought in. And you see it with lists like this. You hear it from the interviews from the players. And then you sprinkle in a Shannon Drayer and a Rick Riz and a Ryan Divish, and it's all comes together.
From Joe in Bellevue, I'm sorry to call you out, Joe, but you are going to inspire the next part of this conversation. Sorry to be a Debbie Downer, says Joe. Matt, can I get the trombone music for Joe? Sorry to be a Debbie Downer, but the lists are someone's opinion. The only thing that matters is winning on the field. Winning is based on performance and not opinion. You are a Debbie Downer, Joe, but also, thank you, Matt. That's how I feel about that opinion. But also, yeah, it's clearly opinion. There's no season results to speak of. But this is also informed opinion.
Facts.
If you came out, like if I ran into someone and he said Julio and Cal aren't great players, if you said Cal's not the best catcher and Julio's not the best center fielder, I'd be like, I think you're stupid. Like, unfortunately, I fear you don't know ball. Like, yeah, it's your opinion, but it's an objectively bad opinion. Likewise, conversely, I feel that this list, yeah, it's an opinion, but also it's informed. You should be feeling excited about the season. This isn't just something to, candy coat spring training, which could otherwise be kind of boring. This is real. There's real hype.
It's an educated guess.
Yeah.
It's based off of what these players have done in previous seasons and what they're projected to do. And it makes it fun. Joe, don't take yourself too seriously, man.
Yeah.
And enjoy this. And enjoy having some respect across the league, because I remember the days where you felt disrespected.
Yeah.
You felt like you weren't being heard or watched or whatnot. Now people are being forced to pay attention to what's going on here because the accumulation of players and what these guys did last year. So take this pat on the back. You're absolutely right. You got to go out there and play these ball games. But preseason, spring training, it's all pats on the back and people making educated guesses.
425, FYI, that's a tuba, not a trombone. Matt, can I get the trombone again for the 425? I'm not going to call it a tuba. I don't care if it's a tuba or not. That's for you, 425. I'm going to change your name to Tuba Guy. Number one tuba fan, the 425. Shame on you. I don't care. There you go. Thank you. What is that, a trumpet? Who can say? Certainly not me, who was in band for too long. Yeah, I think that this is cool. I mean, how confident do you feel in David's predictions for Cal and Julio? 47 home runs for Cal, 40-30 season for Julio.
Hey, I like him. I think, it's up there. But there's reason to believe that it's a possibility. I had Cal at 38, I want to say, or 37. Me and Curtis were close when it comes to that. I had Julio just over 30. And look, the thing that I'm focusing on with Julio is just starting off fast. The thing I'm focusing with Cal is just putting these pitchers in good positions, right? Calling a good game and hitting for power. I like it. He knows more ball than me, and if that's the way he feels, I'll back him up.
Yeah, I don't know. Going back to Joe's opinion, I get why someone would hear this and go, "Don't care, want to see it." But I also think that there's something to be said for recognizing that your team's in a place they haven't been in a very long time. And just taking a minute. It's not even about appreciating it, like be grateful. It's going into the season with the expectations that these players have for themselves. Yeah. And not always does that align. In fact, I'd say often for the Mariners it doesn't. Mariners players of the past might have entered the season going, I think we could do it. I believe in these guys. I believe in this team. I can't tell you many Mariners fans I grew up with who have regularly believed that. You can right now.
You really can.
That's a new place to be.
It's not far-fetched.
Right.
It's not, you're not trying to will it. You're not saying, come on, guys, we can do it. No, you've shown that you can do it. I believe you've gotten better.
Yeah.
And if you stay healthy in that rotation, who knows? No, this is a fun place, man. I say just enjoy it. I say instead of just critiquing every little thing and going off of what could possibly go wrong, guess what? We're in spring training right now. All right? Like, just enjoy the process, because once it gets real, the stress is going to get real, and you might look at these games differently. But, no, I'll take every list that has a Mariner on it.
Okay, I need a couple things. For 145, obviously, to end the show for what I need to know. You can get questions in anytime during the show. I'm going to start collecting it. 866-979-3776. We are jumping back to a fairly NFL-heavy hour. NFL headlines coming up at 12:30. I want to get back to that conversation. Who was having that conversation about franchise quarterbacks?
Louis Riddick.
I love that conversation. How do you define a franchise quarterback coming up at 12:45? I already know people are going to chime in for that one. Dave Wyman joining us at 1, so lots of Seahawks to come. Right now, let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, real life.
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, the Cardinals will release Kyler Murray once the league year starts. What's the real headline?
He can be the Vikings version of Sam Darnold. They've never had that.
Never done it.
They've never done it before.
First timers here. I hope Kyler Murray does well. I hope that he takes his experiences in Arizona and changes something about himself, because this man clearly has the ability, right? He's talented. He's got a rocket for an arm. He's mobile. He's still young. He's 28 years old. He's been in the league 7 years and he's 28. Like, this man has been through a lot. So now is, how do you grow and learn from your experiences, and who you're surrounding yourself with, and wherever you land, what are coaches going to do to help you along your journey? Because you're still a young man, right? You have a lot of years in the league, but I don't think he's at his prime yet. So Kyler Murray, man, go ahead down to Minnesota, play with Justin Jefferson. O'Connell needs to get his QB whisperer tag back because it didn't work with JJ. And have some fun, man. Find some joy in the game. I think that, too. I don't look at Kyler Murray and think he's having fun playing football.
1,000%. I think he probably has more fun playing Call of Duty.
It's a job. Even with Sam Darnold, I see him sometimes with his blank face and think, oh, he's having fun out there. With Kyler, it seems like a job, and football should be fun.
I mean, maybe it's tougher in Arizona. That's just been a bad organization. When the Players Union was still able to post grades, they were routinely getting Fs for a bunch of different things. So I would imagine it's kind of tough, but I agree with you. I remember being really turned off, as I think many NFL fans were, by Kyler's body language in that wild card loss to the Rams, in addition to being a god-awful game for him with like a horrible pick six. And that one, he just looked not like a leader. There are certain roles that are unfair but necessary for franchise quarterbacks. And he wasn't meeting them. Exactly. Yeah, it didn't look like a leader, didn't look interested. And here I am labeling something I don't have insight to, but that's what it just looked like to me. Also consider, if he does go to the Vikings, and the Vikings are a really intriguing team because of the talent around them, they were awful last year at quarterback, and Justin Jefferson still had 1,000 yards. Now, just over 1,000 is not a great season for him. I'm shocked he got 1,000. They led the league in turnovers.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, big trade in the NFL today. The Rams sending pick number 29 to the Chiefs in exchange for star cornerback Trent McDuffie. What's the real headline?
We call this JSN insurance.
I saw that. I said, yeah, y'all better do something. Y'all better adjust. That secondary wasn't great, even though, is it Kobe Durant, the guy over there who I called out before one game? Then he had like 2 interceptions.
Yeah, you messed up.
Yeah, that was me. That was my fault, guys.
That's your fault.
I did that. But no, clearly their secondary was the weakness of that defense. We know that defensive line's on point. Got Landman at linebacker doing his thing. Yeah, teams have to get better during the offseason, and we know the Rams aren't going anywhere. All right, Matthew Stafford is probably going to be back. We know Puka's going to be there. There are a couple of tight ends they have that are pretty good. They did what they needed to do. That secondary was hurting, and JSN was tearing them up. So Trent, good luck down there in LA. But you know who runs this league. Teams are adjusting to us now.
Well, I was going to ask you a question related to that. With now one of the better corners in the league and still the number 13 overall pick in the draft, did the Rams, I already know this is going to be a national topic, did the Rams actually make themselves the team to beat the NFC West?
No.
Why?
Because we have the Lombardi Trophy. So until someone knocks us off, it's us. And we beat them 2 times last year.
I know it sounds stupid, and I'm not making that argument, but I am telling you guys that this will be an argument, that people are going to look at the Rams, that people are going to look at the Rams getting number 13 overall still.
Listen, and it should be an argument. Both of these teams are great, right? Both of these teams have a system that works, and the Rams doing their thing in the draft. Yeah, it should be an argument, but I think we're going to win this argument.
Yeah, I do too.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. I think right now, the way that I can see it being framed is the Seahawks are going to lose Ken Walker in free agency, Rick Woolen in free agency. And there might be listeners that are like, I'm okay with that, but I'm telling you, there will be a national conversation that the Rams are adding and the Seahawks are losing.
I think the Hawks can do things to kind of shift the way that conversation goes.
Like what?
Go get Max Crosby.
I knew you would say that.
All right. You could draft a sleeper of a receiver. You know, there are things that see what you do at your running back position. Maybe you go and get ETN. You spend a little bit of coin there. I think right now the Rams will grab the attention of everyone because of that draft pick and because of Matthew Stafford coming back. And because the potential of the Hawks losing these other pieces. But there are things the Hawks can do to come back. They're not just going to sit back and let the Rams steal the show, right? But it should be a conversation. You can't go back and forth. I think both fan bases have arguments here.
Can I tell you the best thing I've seen on the text line today?
What's that?
From Jack in the 425, doing the full Bump and Stacy today. A round of golf at PGA West, followed by a delightful Caesar salad and a Diet Coke.
Let's go.
Wow.
That's
like a great day.
That's doing the Bump and Stacy.
Hey, just add some Jack to that Coke, and you're set.
That's fine, too. I prefer to avoid the calories.
That might make your tummy hurt. Yeah, that might give you a headache.
That's doing it's an extra Michael Bumpus.
It's
like a 70-30 Bumpus.
So you drink one Diet Coke regular, and then you
have the Jack and Coke. Yeah, but yeah, golf followed by a delightful Caesar salad and a Diet Coke. That's a great afternoon.
Need some protein in that Caesar salad though. Throw some chicken on that.
Yeah,
thing.
some grilled chicken.
Yeah.
I like fries on the side.
Fries on the side of a salad.
So you can be a little bad.
It just defeats eating a salad to me.
No, it doesn't.
You might as well just put the fries in a salad.
To me, a Caesar salad is already a treat because Caesar dressing is not low calorie at all. So if you're getting a Caesar salad with chip, Matt, you're already rolling your eyes. If you're getting a Caesar salad,
that is the most depressing thing I have ever heard
do you know
someone
how
say on this
amazing it is
station?
to just get a little thing of fries on the side of a Caesar salad with some grilled chicken and a Diet Coke? Oh, my mouth is watering right now on air. It's amazing.
No,
treat,
in San Francisco, Stacy would just eat fries like almost every meal.
I love French fries.
Just fries.
I love fries. I'll order them on the side.
That's surprising. The way you eat, that's surprising that you like fries as much as you do.
Well, that's why I like them so much, because when I was in San Francisco, and like this week while I'm moving, I'm normally a very strict and boring eater, but I love fries. Who doesn't love fries?
Hey, low key, fries on a Caesar salad sounds kind of bomb right now.
You see the vision.
Yeah.
Matt, you don't, but that's okay. We'll change it.
Headline rewrites.
Headline 3, Seattle Torrent captain Hillary Knight says she played in the Olympics on a torn MCL while helping Team USA capture a gold medal. What's the real headline?
Hillary Knight and one MCL. Name a better combo.
You can't.
You can't.
It's impossible.
This is my hater take of the year.
Boo! We're already booing
Not
you.
a big deal. Not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
Wow.
No. Wow.
Players play with torn MCLs, no MCLs, strained MCLs all the time. You tape it up, reinforce it, and you get out there. Now, winning a gold medal, props. I got you. But that's not as big as what people think. Like, people who are like, oh my God, she did it without MCL, just haven't been injured with an MCL before.
Okay. Still cool.
I tore my stuff in spring ball at Wazoo. Didn't miss a practice. Kept it rolling.
Tore your MCL?
Yeah, MCL.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just kept it pushing. And we're like, oh, and we'll get to it after spring ball. That's how it is. So, but big ups to her. That's to the legacy. But my peoples who have sprained and torn MCLs before, chime in. Y'all know what's up.
I'm trying to understand this analogy from the 509. Putting fries on a salad is like putting ice cream on pizza.
Negative. No.
I'm trying to make the analogy make sense.
No.
It's putting something that's considered unhealthy on something that is healthy.
Which is normal. You put
ice cream
lettuce
and pizza
and tomato
both unhealthy.
on a burger.
Yeah, this would be like putting fried chicken on a rice cake.
On a salad?
Yeah.
Fried chicken on a salad.
I don't think it's that different than putting fried chicken on a salad.
No.
And people have that.
Yeah, there's grilled chicken salads all over the place.
Well, fried and grilled, two different ball games.
Yeah, well, I'm talking fried too.
Fried? Yeah. People do that all the time.
Yeah. Joe in Bellevue, who in the last segment said he's a Debbie Downer trying to pass it off, said Bump's been Debbie Downer too.
I mean, that's low-key a Debbie Downer take. I'm just keeping
You
it
guys
real
are
with
both
y'all.
Debbie Downers.
I'm MCLs,
Joe
man.
needed some solidarity.
I got you, Joe.
He said, I didn't want to sit with this Mariners take for too long. I need someone down here with me. I'm going to pull you down here with me. That's fine. I'll accept that. Taking a look around the NFL coming up next on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
He built the Seahawks into the 2025 Super Bowl champions.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
And every Thursday afternoon at 4, he's on Seattle Sports.
We have higher expectations for ourselves.
It's the John Schneider Show, presented by Silver City Brewery. 2025 NFL Executive of the Year, John Schneider.
I think it's the ultimate organizational award.
Every Thursday at 4, exclusively on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Let's talk about your hair. Well, maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and $250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you. Guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Well, the wet, chilly weather has certainly arrived. It's Mike Salk here, and if your attic and crawl space are well insulated, your home should be fine. Should feel cozy and warm without your furnace having to work overtime. But you'd be surprised to learn how many homes in Western Washington lack insulation in these spaces. It's why you call Crawl Pros. If you're feeling cold drafts or seeing that heating bill spike, now's a great time to learn if you got anything going on behind that crawl space or attic by calling Crawl Pros. They'll come out to your house just like they did to mine, do the corner-to-corner inspection. In my case, they found the problem, showed me the pictures, and then they got it all fixed. Now, if they do discover your home is under or improperly insulated, they'll show you all the utility rebates that are available to help you get the work done correctly. Like if you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could get a rebate to cover up to 95% of the cost of the insulation job. If you're worried anything is going on in your crawl space or attic, including critters, water intrusion, mold, plumbing issues, anything, call Crawl Pros and schedule your free corner-to-corner inspection at crawlpros.com.
It's WFC 190 World Fighting Championship at Emerald Queen Casino Event Center. Saturday night, April 25th. Experience the thrill and excitement of high-energy professional mixed martial arts. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Don't miss this amazing mixed martial arts event. WFC 190 World Fighting Championship, April 25th. At Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. 21 and older. Need gambling help? Call 800-547-6133 or visit emeraldqueen.com.
It's funny how you get used to things in not so ideal condition around the house. It's Dave Wyman here, and for me, it was old windows. After 20 years in our home, virtually every window had a broken seal. We got used to cold drafts, outside noises, and condensation. And if you're in the same boat, use this spring to say goodbye to the old, dreary windows and hello to your new exclusive windows from Harley Exteriors. Right now, they're having a spring cleaning sale to complete your home makeover. If you buy 10 windows, you can choose between 20% off your entire project or get a free door. On top of that, make 0 payments and accumulate 0 interest for up to 12 months for qualified buyers. Harley Exteriors windows are a massive upgrade, manufactured right here in the Pacific Northwest and exclusive to Harley Exteriors. Call 833-HARLEY, that's HARLEY, or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation today at harleyexteriors.com.
Home of your Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
Seattle Sports.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Yo, Harvey, Zoe, group selfie.
Ooh, nice new iPhone 17, Drewski.
Let's do a triangle formation. I'm in front.
With the center stage front camera, everyone fits in the shot.
He got it at T-Mobile.
But switching takes forever.
Not anymore. Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes.
Focus, people. Nail your pose.
And you get a new iPhone 17 on them.
No way.
Yes way.
No way.
Yes way, guys. Switch to T-Mobile and get iPhone 17 on us. And right now, we'll pay off your old phone up to $800.
I'm grabbing my phone and switching to T-Mobile right now.
Get back, Harvey. We're taking a... let's go again, y'all.
With 24 monthly bill credits, finance agreement, 256 gigabytes, $830, eligible trade-in, example iPhone 13, and new qualifying line, $60 plus per month plan with autopay plus taxes and fees. For well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. $800 via virtual prepaid card. Card typically takes 15 days after rebate submission, no cash access, and card expires in 6 months. Check out in 15 minutes per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Could a move made by the Miami Dolphins impact the sale price of the Seahawks? Here's what's going on. Miami owner Stephen Ross recently sold a 1% stake in his team for $125 million. Now, technically, that would bring the total valuation of the Dolphins up to $12.5 billion. What if the Seahawks are sold for well over $10 billion, inching closer to that total?
What if?
What if?
Good for them. I mean, that's surprising. Dolphins 12.5. No, it's not actually. We got some valuations like a week ago, and the Dolphins were projected to be up there around there,
That's
right?
Wild.
Yeah.
This strikes me more as like a smaller portion, like a bundle of bananas is $6, but if you buy one banana, it's like $2-3.
Yeah.
I hear this billionaire got ripped off.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Jody Allen probably sees this and is like, well, maybe we could extract an extra $1 billion out of this sale price.
Yeah.
I don't think this
Why not?
hurts their chances of max.
Ski trip. I've talked to Mike, I've talked to Omar. There's been no deadline that's been put in front of me. There's no contract, offer or anything. So there's nothing that I'm, having to debate between. I'm free agent, and again, I'm enjoying my time with my wife and enjoying this part of the off season, and I think there's conversations to be had down the line. But right now, I'm not there hasn't been any progressive conversations.
So here we are. We're just a girl standing in front of a boy. That boy's Aaron Rodgers, asking him if he's going to play again.
First off, big ups for him mentioning his wife. The first time I heard him even say anything like that.
Yeah.
So good for him. No, I think he sounds like he's in a good place. He's done everything a quarterback can do in this league. He's bounced around a few times. I think he's found an appreciation for his last few years in this league. And there's no rush for him. If the Steelers want to get it done, they'll get it done. If not, there's probably a team out there that'll give him a shot for another year. But he sounds like he's in a good place.
Do you think that Aaron Rodgers heard Curtis questioning whether or not his wife was real and then mentioned that during the Pat McAfee interview to take a direct shot at Curtis Rogers?
I think so.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Because you're right, Bump. He hadn't really mentioned it at all before, but I think that he knew that in Curtis's conspiracy corner, Curtis was going, we haven't seen the wife, we haven't heard of the wife, I've done digging, I'm not seeing anything, I don't think she's real.
Said prove it.
Yeah, does she live in Canada? I think he did mention in this interview that she's from across the pond. So
British?
I guess. They don't really say across the pond for any other country besides the UK.
I mean, technically across the pond.
Could be anywhere.
It could be anywhere.
She could be from Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
She could be anywhere.
If he pulled up with a woman from the Ivory Coast, that'd be something right there.
Trent Williams was very complimentary of the coaching job Kyle Shanahan did in 2025.
While we were on that same sideline, I told him, I don't understand how you don't win Coach of the Year. I get it. Braves and McDowell. Yeah, they did it. They all did a really good job, but they all had their nucleus. Drake May is, could be the MVP. Yeah. I just look at it, he done the most with less. If you was to say that we would go win a Super Bowl or even win a playoff game against the defending champions, down those names you just mentioned, what would San Francisco even be? Winning, or even winning a Super Bowl without those guys? What does that even do? My brain can't even process that. I don't even know what that looks like. So the fact that he made us competitive, the fact that we believe that we could go win a Super Bowl, we literally, he made us believe.
Should Kyle Shanahan have been Coach of the Year?
And they got him valued at $20 million a year. Yeah, go ahead and test some waters. You might get 20, 25 out of there. You put in 4 years with the Colts. Every year you've gotten better. A couple 500-yard seasons, 900, 1,000. You're supposed to do this. It would be a malpractice if you didn't go out there and see what you were worth.
How would you feel about adding potentially a different receiver to the Seattle Seahawks? Tom Pelissero, our next story, reporting that the Patriots are releasing Stephon Diggs.
Listen, 1,000-yard receiver, more of a slot guy now. He's a one-trick pony now. Still a good receiver, still better than 80% of the receivers out there.
Doesn't he have a pending assault charge?
He's got a lot going on with that guy.
Spending a lot.
There's a lot of
he
should start a clothing brand called Pending, because there's always something going on with him.
Sometimes people text in but what about the personality fit for players that I really don't feel concerned about that? I think that's a perfectly fair thing to say about Stephon Diggs.
It is.
What about being a distraction, a locker room fit, maybe not the best teammate? Fair question.
Everything that I've heard out of New England, though, is that he's one of the best teammates they've ever had.
Really?
Yeah. But no one, and I've talked to several people over there, no one's complained about Stephon Diggs.
Interesting. A debate we had earlier that I want to jump back to because it was a great question. How do you define a franchise quarterback? That's next on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Having one of those days where a little of this would make things so much better.
Fastball, strike three called. He got him looking. How about that for a Cactus League debut? Colt Emerson striking out the side.
We got you. You can stream every Mariners spring training game live for free on the Seattle Sports app. Making lives better through Mariners baseball, one
goodbye baseball
at a time. Home of your American League West champion Mariners.
What's up, it's Bump, and when I see daylight savings time on the calendar, I think of one thing. It is golf season. If you're like me, more daylight means more time on the links. I know a lot of you guys listening are counting down the work week until your tee time this weekend. I have a course for you to try. It's Loomis Trails. It's in Blaine. It's a hidden gem, ranked top 15 in the state by Golf Digest. It's challenging, it's fun, and trust me, it is worth the trip. And while you're there, make it a weekend out of it and go to Silver Reef Casino Resort, unwind in a deluxe room, grab a bite in one of their mini restaurants. I prefer the steakhouse and the cantina. There's wall-to-wall sports. Man, TV's everywhere. You can watch every single basketball game this March and have a lot of fun doing it. Hey, you can go to the spa, get something special for your special someone. Silver Reef Casino Resort, head north on I-5, exit 260. I love it there. You're missing out if you've never been. If you have, get there this weekend. It's going to be a blast. Book your stay at silverreefcasino.com. That's silverreefcasino.com.
Do you need glasses or contacts and you're now at the age where you also need readers? K2 Vision RLE is the permanent solution to eliminate the need for all those. Hey, it's Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision. Andy, for those nearing age 50 or so, refractive lens exchange can be a great alternative to LASIK.
That's right, Joe. K2 Vision RLE is a terrific permanent solution for a lifetime of great vision. The older we get, we experience the dysfunction of our natural lens, which affects both distance vision and requires the use of reading glasses. Plus, after K2 Vision RLE, you will never develop a cataract.
And like LASIK, K2 Vision RLE is quick and painless. The question is, which procedure is right for you?
With the experience of over 150,000 procedures, the doctors at K2 Vision will know which procedure is best for you. Schedule your free Zoom consultation today at k2visionrle.com. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Group, we understand what it means to be local legal representation. From shopping at the Bon Marché, picking up gear at Chubby and Tubby, crying for Joey Cora, now for Cal, grabbing a burger while JP Patches clowns by. We live here and fight for you. That's why Bible Law gives local representation to those facing legal problems too big for prayers, even if you can't pronounce Squim or Puyallup. Our legal team has secured more than $40 million in settlements for our clients. We're ready to fight for you. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
Don't miss the John Schneider Show, presented by Silver City Brewery.
I truly believe defense wins championships.
Thursdays at 4, only on Seattle Sports.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here with my buddy, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. The stem cell therapy you did on my knee was a game changer. But Dr. Dan, people ask me all the time if you're seeing the same kind of success treating neck and back pain with stem cell therapy.
Great question, Brock. As you know from your experience, we've had tremendous success treating major joints like hips, knees, and shoulders, but we've also seen excellent results treating neck and lower back pain. In fact, we're the only clinic in the Seattle area offering image-guided stem cell and PRP injection therapy specifically for neck and low back pain.
How cool is that? If joint, neck, or back pain is holding you back, call Dr. Daniel Nelson at Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine and find out if stem cell therapy may be right for you. Dr. Dan here is the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. Call Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD, at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's 425-823-4000 or danielnelsonmd.com.
Hey, it's Mike Salk here. The championship trophy is back in Seattle where it belongs. The big game is in the rear view, and the next big moment is going to be baseball's opening day. Well, why don't you make a commitment right now to look and feel your very best by then? People all over the Northwest could lose 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 pounds just by the start of baseball season. And it starts by calling Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. A 15-minute phone call is all it takes to get started. I did this program. I lost 10 pounds in the first week. I lost about 35 pounds in just 8 weeks. Here's what I didn't have to do. Fight for space in a crowded gym with all those New Year's resolutioners. No pills, no injections, no fake bland box meals or anything like that. Just real food that you buy at the grocery store with delicious recipes, great coaching, support, and accountability. Do it for yourself this year. Call Eastside Weight Loss Clinic or go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Bump, you were watching a debate earlier. What was happening in the debate?
Louis Riddick was having a conversation with someone on ESPN, and it was centered around Kyler Murray. And the question was, is Kyler Murray a franchise guy? And through the debate, I found myself going back and forth like, yes, he is. No, he isn't. Yes, he is. No, he isn't. And it made me look at the franchise quarterback differently. We introduced this earlier in our show, and we've had different texters chime in and give their opinions. And I don't think anyone's wrong. I think it's this perspective. Like, how are you looking at this? Is this a 6 or a 9? You know what I mean? It's one of those. And a franchise quarterback, to me, I've changed it. I've changed my definition.
Like over the course of the show?
Yeah, like every hour I'm going back and forth. But right now, as we stand at 12:47.
Okay.
What I used to think a franchise quarterback is a guy who's going to be there for a while. A guy who's going to play out a contract, maybe get another contract, especially get that second contract, right? You're there for a while. And I think there are a few guys like that in the league, guys who have just been there for a while. Some of these guys, you got Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, Drake May. Not Drake, well, he is going to be there for a while. Trevor Lawrence, Herbert's been there for a while. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young. Tua was there for a while. Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, right? Those guys who have been there for a while, and teams have invested in these guys. They believe in them. Franchise guy, what I used to think. Now I think there needs to be another category. There's franchise guy and then our guy. Like, this is our guy. We're going to stick by him. But you become a franchise guy, in my opinion, by winning ball games, by giving your organization the belief that you're good enough to win a Super Bowl. At any point, did you think Kyler Murray in Arizona was good enough to win a Super Bowl?
I never thought Arizona was good enough to win a Super Bowl.
No, so I think that comes into the conversation too is obviously, if you are considered a franchise guy, they got to build around you and give you pieces. But then there are some franchise guys to where he doesn't need the help that Kyler Murray needs, right? So I pushed the Kyler Murray franchise guy into our guy. We're going to do everything we can to build around him. But the organization, us, everybody, don't think that he's going to get it done at that destination. Do you think – look at another one.
Yeah, I was going to say
do you think – and this is a trick one. This is where I go back and forth now, right?
Okay.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Clearly a franchise guy.
Uh-huh.
Right? But he's not the franchise guy. He's not the 4 or 5 that can win you a championship on their own every year. We're looking at Justin Herbert and saying his talent makes him a franchise guy, but does his play on the field? Is he the guy who can win you ball games? He's shown that, all right, offensive line ain't too hot, I'm not going to win. Defense ain't too hot, I'm not going to win. He has all the physical attributes of a franchise guy, but he's not the guy getting you over the hump.
But is that the Chargers' problem or is that Justin Herbert's problem?
Both, because you know why?
The Chargers have never been as good as a team as the Ravens and Bills have with Allen and Lamar.
Facts. But if you put Lamar on the Chargers, they're better than when with Justin Herbert. You put Joe Burrow on the Chargers, they're better than with Justin Herbert. Like, me now, franchise guys transform organizations, right? Now, you need an offense, you need a defense. Football's a team sport. No one quarterback's going to win it by themselves. We've seen Lamar struggle. We've seen Josh Allen struggle. But these guys have transformed that organization. I don't look at the Chargers any different. Chargers have been the Chargers to me since Drew Brees left, since Phillip Rivers retired. All right, they've gone further with Phillip Rivers than with Justin Herbert. Now Phillip Rivers has some help.
Guy?
He had LT, you know what I'm saying? He has some help over there. He's gotten to a conference championship game. Mm-hmm. I think you become a franchise guy if you get to that conference championship game. I think there needs to be another. There's our guy. Justin Herbert is our guy with potential to be a franchise guy. It's not longevity to me anymore. There needs to be another tier before we get to franchise.
Well, no, I think it needs to be in combination with it. Like, Cam Newton isn't the best example here, but I was trying to think of a player that clearly had like one outsized year, one year that was spectacular. So it has to be the ability to be transformative.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Wentz.
Thank you. But to transform an organization, Wentz would have needed to do that year after year after year, and he didn't. So it has to be the combination with time. It has to be. You cannot. Patrick Mahomes could not have been the way we think of Patrick Mahomes now, just winning in 2019 and never again.
All right, Sam Darnold. Is he a franchise guy now?
Are the Seahawks building around him?
They're building.
I don't think so.
I don't think they're building around him. I think there's building.
Then no.
You don't think he's a franchise guy?
No.
He won a Super Bowl for you.
Yeah.
Not a franchise guy.
I think he's spectacular, but if I'm going by that definition, they win Super Bowls, yes. Was Trent Dilfer a franchise guy?
You're going to do what everyone does on the text line.
Listen, and I hate that comp because Sam Darnold is so much better than Trent Dilfer. It's not even funny, but what I'm saying is winning a Super Bowl does not automatically mean that a franchise is going to build around that guy. Do I think the Seahawks can and will? Yeah. But like, if I'm using my strict definition of the organization, if we're saying like he has to be transformative, he has to have longevity, he has to win, and the organization has to clearly build around him.
Yeah.
Are all four of those true with Sam?
Say them again.
Okay. So he has to win. Yes. He has to have longevity. You don't know yet. The franchise has to build around him, and he has to be transformative.
I think Sam, I don't think he's transformative. I don't think he transformed this organization.
Because it's hard because it's a defensive
The defense
team.
did. The defense did. So that is where I struggle, but he's also done something that most quarterbacks will not do, which is win a Super Bowl. And it's rare. Like, Sam Darnold, Nick Foles, who's better?
Sam Darnold.
Nick Foles got years in this league.
As
a starter. As a starter, too. Wasn't he starter in Arizona for a while?
No, he was a starter with the Eagles his second year, and then he started with the Jags one year.
Okay, yeah. So we'll take Sam Darnold. But it's rare that a franchise type of guy or a non-franchise type of guy wins a Super Bowl. It's rare.
Yeah, it
like
is.
we got Nick Foles, we got Trent Dilfer.
Yeah.
Who else can we think of? Maybe Brad Johnson.
Then you go
Rich
back
Gannon.
to the 90s.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's an interesting conversation because I see your point.
Mm-hmm.
I see my point. I see the points of people on the text lines. It's just how do you define it? With me, I'm gonna start calling franchise guys who give you the potential to win a Super Bowl, and he can just take that game over. That's a franchise guy. Other guys are our guys, and we're building to see if he can be our franchise guy.
So franchise guys, like a franchise quarterback, that should feel pretty obvious to most people.
Yeah.
Our guy, by virtue of being our guy, may not be obvious to people on the outside.
Because what does
he works for your team.
Yeah.
He wouldn't work for every team.
And then what does the NFL do? Like there are more second and third tier quarterbacks in this league than elite quarterbacks.
Yes. Yeah, there's like 5 quarterbacks we talk about all the time as being like, if you had this guy.
And the league settles. They settle. All right? Someone's going to settle for Kyler Murray. Not a franchise guy. It's weird. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts. I like this conversation.
Let's ask Wyman about this when he joins us in studio next on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
9 out of 10 experts agree wearing earbuds at work is the universal signal for leave me alone. So grab the earbuds, pull up the Seattle Sports app, and trade that annoying coworker's endless yapping for this.
He's at the wall. Cal Raleigh's first one of the spring.
Listen to every Mariners spring training game live for free, only on the Seattle Sports app. Improving lives through Mariners baseball, one
sparkling play by Josh Naylor
at a time.
You're losing your hair, and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all 3 like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
If you've been in a wreck or a fender bender,
you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility, not just where your insurance company tells you to go. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. With over 25 years of auto repair work, they'll exceed your expectations.
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
At Accurate Auto Body, all their work is performed by certified technicians, only using OEM parts to guarantee the safety of you and your family. For the best in auto body collision repair and customer service, give them a call at 425-883-2450 or AccurateAutoBodyWA.com. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
If you actually are the person that will take care of them after the fact, if you actually will be there for them, if you will pick up your phone, then they come back to you.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
listen every morning to Brock and Salk for Need to Know, powered by Marquee Data. Marquee IQ brings all your data together into one clear view. Stop running your business on highlights. Get the full picture. Visit datathatwins.com to learn more.
Did you know that most people wait 6 or 7 years before they buy a new TV? That's a lot of time in front of one TV. So why not get one of the best sets for the next 7 years, like one of the top-rated Samsung, LG, or Sony models? Too expensive? What if you could get up to $1,000 trade-in for your old set? Who would do a stupid deal like this? Right now, at Video Only, you can get big bucks for your old set as a trade-in and a hot price on the new models. Don't be sorry. Check out Video Only.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Did you know GoodRx can help you save on medication, manage prescriptions, and get trusted health information? If you're one of the millions living with a heart condition, check GoodRx for an easier, more affordable way to manage your health. GoodRx offers common heart medications for under $30. Just search for your prescription, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the GoodRx coupon. And it works whether you have insurance or not. To start saving and better manage your heart health, download the free app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Jackson Hewitt handles your taxes and your stress. Inhale our no surprise price of $149 or less. Exhale, paying more for complicated taxes. You won't. Inhale new tax law knowledge. Exhale, missing out on your biggest refund? Certainly not. Don't miss paying $149 or less. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
A trade in the NFC West. It's not the Seahawks, though. The Rams bolstered their secondary this morning with a big move from ESPN's Adam Schefter. LA acquired cornerback Trent McDuffie from Kansas City. This in exchange for number 29 this year. The Rams still hold number 13 overall, along with a 5th, 6th, and next year's 3rd rounder.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. One half of Wyman and Bob, Dave Wyman, joining us in studio. Matt, you get extra time with Wyman today.
Oh boy, even more.
You love all of us.
That's nonsense.
I know.
Matt loves me.
I know he does. And loves us.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's all believe that.
Kind of was a Mike McDonald-esque pause there.
Yeah, very awkward.
A little too long.
Putting words in Matt's mouth.
Bump and I were just debating earlier, what is a franchise quarterback, which I really liked as a topic. So listeners have been texting in their definitions of what they say a franchise quarterback is. What about you? What to you is like, this is a franchise quarterback?
The first thing that pops into my head is a guy that you can count on for the next 3 or 4 years, and you're paying him $55 million.
Those are interesting parts of the definition. I wasn't expecting. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't expecting that.
No, in fact, you're the first person to factor in money.
Yeah. I haven't heard that yet.
But, look, I mean, everybody's different, and some people aren't good talent evaluators. But if it's Schneider, who's, he's kind of on a roll right now, and he knows quarterbacks, man. I mean, I remember when we were down at spring training, and when Russ was kind of like in his prime, and I remember John saying, I want people to know that I'm down at Patrick Mahomes' pro day looking at him. And there was no reason to do that, and I think that pissed off Russ. But then the other, I can't remember what year it was, but then he went to Josh Allen's workout. Like, he was very serious about it. Like, so I think he does a really good job with quarterbacks. I mean, I think they got what they could out of Geno pretty well, but signing Sam Darnold, I think that's one position group that he doesn't get credit for.
Yeah.
Jason, are you for or against the big dollars that he potentially, he probably is going to get?
I just don't know how you can not sign that guy because he was so fantastic. I guess I put a lot of trust in Schneider and, the way that they structure contracts and stuff, that it's something that will make both sides happy. But,
yeah, I mean, how do you not pay that guy?
Yeah.
You know, and it's the same thing with Devin Witherspoon. And I think I feel more strongly about Spoon. Not nearly as much money, probably, but I mean, those two guys in the same draft, I mean, those guys made your team. Those guys are huge difference makers. So, yeah, I mean, I just feel like that's probably JSN. When he was saying, I think I should be the highest paid, player that's a non-quarterback or whatever, however he answered that question, I just thought that was his agent at work. Because I remember I used to say, and I wasn't on the media or anything, I'd be like, I'd play for free. My agent, Marvin Demoff, was like, yeah, you shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he just kind of going through the process. That's what he's doing. But I think he will accept something that's maybe not makes him, maybe it's guarantees or maybe there's some incentives or something to kind of sweeten the pot a little bit where it's tenable for both sides.
Yeah, Brady Henderson said that maybe the total doesn't surpass Chase's total contract because the last year of Chase's is so bloated that it's that's almost a fake number. That's not actually going to be what he ends up getting.
Right.
So it'll look like he's getting less, but you're right. Maybe it may be more guarantees. Do you think that people are do you get texters or listeners or maybe fans or just people around who seem confident that they can replace JSN? Because that to me blows me away. To me, what gets me, it's one thing to say building a Super Bowl team is tougher. It's another to think that he's not worth it.
Yeah, I don't. Here's the one thing I know. Bob and I've had this conversation quite a bit. Sorry, Bump, but for receivers, there's so much everywhere else. You kind of make your own way, right? I mean, look, if you're a running back, you got to have a decent offensive line that's going to open up things. But I mean, in order to be a good wide receiver, a lot of things have to go right. Mm-hmm. The other receivers have to run decoy routes or, a rub-off route or whatever. And then you got your offensive line and then you get the quarterback who needs to put the ball on the money. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into that. So that's where I guess I'm hesitant about, breaking the bank for a receiver. But, I mean, it's a passing game right now. And if you got a guy, he really is special. And I think the thing that really brings that home is that I have a hard time figuring out what exactly it is that he is so good at. And it's a lot of different things. I mean, he obviously has great hands. He's, able to track the ball in the air. The way he runs his routes, it's just he makes everything look the same. I remember one time he said, I'm a salesman, and at the break, everything looks the same. So, yeah, I mean, I think he is super talented, but I don't know. It just doesn't. There's sometimes where I'm like, he's not built like DK Metcalf. He doesn't have this, physical prowess or anything like that. But he just is a great football player. The other thing is, I love that he'll, actively really try hard to block downfield in the run game.
Yeah, I'm okay. I understand what I said. I said a receiver is never gonna be the thing that puts you over the top. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be D-line, running the ball, defense, quarterback. But there's going to be a time or two in a run where you're going to need that threat on the outside to make the play.
Right.
And our texters get mad, and they're like, I wouldn't pay a receiver this much. Why are they going to go? Because that's just the going price, right? We didn't set the number. A GM who decided to pay Christian Kirk $30 million one year, about 4 years ago, is the one who started all this madness at the receiver spot. So it's just a going price. I think some people think that you can get a JSN for cheaper. It's no, this is what a JSN is going for. Mm-hmm. But I also understand that it's a dependent position, right?
Yeah.
So I don't get mad at people for not wanting to pay him, but I also ask them to imagine this offense without JSN this year, and you're probably not going to the Super Bowl.
No, yeah. I mean, totally agree with that. The other thing, I always say, because you try to be consistent, I think the hardest position to play in the NFL is quarterback. I think the second hardest is corner. Trying to cover some of these guys with the ridiculous speed and all that space. I mean, and so that's just a testament to, if you have a good wide receiver that just is a great football player. Not only that, a guy you can give a whole bunch of money to because he's not gonna ever be not a good teammate. I mean, he's just an awesome kid. Awesome. So he gave me the biggest smile and laugh one time we were in a production meeting, and it was during the preseason, and I'm sitting next to Rabel, and I go, JSN, Can you believe this guy next to me used to play receiver in the NFL? And he just like had this big grin, and he was like trying to hide that he was laughing. It was he's just a sweet kid, man. And I know a lot of people who cares about that, but you got to be a good person. If you're going to give somebody that much money, they have to have a high character, and that's what he has.
You guys are only 2 John Schneider shows into the off season.
Yep.
2. So I know it's fairly early. I always love listening, and it's so cool to have your guys' interviews with him leading up to the draft. So I know this is a little premature, but anything from those early conversations with him kind of stuck with you after?
Yeah, I almost made him cry twice during the interview. Yeah. One was about his dad, the T-shirt that he had of his dad as a high school football player during the Super Bowl. And then the other one was just something about his son, Jack, and, his family and Tracy and band and everything, and just all that stuff, and just the emotions of winning the Super Bowl. But, yeah, I mean, I just think he's really on a roll right now. I mean, he's just done a fantastic job, and I think the more you see, and I'm not saying that like Pete held him back, because they did some great work. They had some great drafts where they got, KJ and Sherm and all those guys, but I don't know, it just seems like John right now is in his sweet spot. Like, he's got everybody, and I think him and Mike McDonald, they're just there. That would be my answer. The connection with Mike McDonald is very obvious.
Yeah, it feels like it. I mean, you're around them more than I am, and it exudes. You feel that. Yeah. There's some things that are going to change, right? I think Reek's going to be gone. Yeah. Ken's going to be gone. Rashid could be gone. Kobe could be gone. Stacy, I think we opened the show with this. What would you prioritize? We know that Jason's going to get his. We know Spoon's going to get his. After that, what's your priority if you are John Schneider?
Yeah, definitely not Mafe or Reek. I just don't think those guys are going to end up here. I mean, and just going off with Mafe, and I like Boye Mafe, I just think he is. I thought there was times where I love Boye Mafe, but I thought there was times where he didn't earn the right to rush the passer. Like on the rundowns, you got to put the work in there, and then they were going to trade him, and that's been widely documented. So I don't think he is going to be here, and I don't think Reek Woolen is going to be here either. Sure. I think Reek Woolen's going to make a lot of money somewhere else. Yeah, but I mean, he's got a great skill set. I don't think there's anybody with a better skill set at corner, but he sort of blacks out every once in a while.
Yeah. The drill, obviously, being a radio host, that sometimes there are stories that you kind of have to explore even if you don't think they're going to happen. And I feel like any big trades, Micah Parsons was one of these. And so naturally, when you hear that Max Crosby could be dealt imminently in the next couple days, it's hard not to start to wonder, like, what if the Seahawks make a move? Not because they've been linked to him, but like John Schneider's pulled off blockbuster deals many times. Yeah. Do you find it really far-fetched, or would you want to see it?
No, I would love to see it. I heard Bump say, 2 days ago that, and I agree that like the one position is edge. I mean, you had, 3 guys that tied for 7 sacks, but you didn't really have that. And if you go watch Max Crosby, it's ridiculous. He really, he has like a Devin Witherspoon type of quality to him that like he plays like a cat. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's just all over the place. He's like an animal out there. And, you look at, there was a game against Chicago that he like almost single-handedly kept them in that game. They end up losing because Geno, I think, threw 3 picks. But, he was just harassing the quarterback, knocking the ball down. I think he got an interception. He knocks down a lot of passes. You can't block him with a tight end. He's an extra meeting guy. And so I'm like, you look at the Raiders, they want to build up. I think they have 8 picks. So what are you doing with Max Crosby? What good is that going to do you? I think, first of all, like, why would you, I mean, that's not really going to help him. And I think if you get, some picks maybe a player, and I know that Derek Hall's name has been mentioned, that I thought, it actually sounds kind of plausible that they would do that. But and the other thing is going off of like John Schneider takes big swings. He does, and he'll make big trades. So, yeah, to me, that kind of makes sense. But, I heard like Jeremy Fowler today was saying Schneider's on a heater right now. Like he might want those draft choices. But, when you're drafting at 32 and 64, I know that John doesn't believe that there are 32 players with a first round.
Right. I categorize this next the window for the Hawks in the next 2 years. And that's why I say you go in on Crosby, because I think you're guaranteed 2 years of being competitive. And I think John can extend that window with some moves that he makes. But if I'm just going off of what the team has right now or what they could potentially do, I'm looking at a 2 year window. What do you think the window is for them?
Yeah, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. You know, we all are gonna have to see what happens. Like, how do you sign all of these superstars, and how does the salary cap end up, and everything? And you know, is he maybe gonna get in a jam? But I don't know. I mean, 3 or 4, maybe. And I don't know about winning a Super Bowl or anything. But as far as being, you know, my only hesitancy on that is that you're in the toughest division in the league, and it doesn't look like it's getting worse, other than Arizona.
Certainly not this morning. Acquiring Trent McDuffie doesn't make it easier. So
the Rams, So, and then, you know, if San Francisco was healthy, I mean, I think those are the 3 best teams in the NFL.
We have to let you go as much as we'd like to keep talking to you. You have some show prep to do. Wyman's going to be back on air with you guys at 2 p.m. along with Bob Stelton. Thanks, Wyman, for hopping on with us. We appreciate it.
All right, thanks.
All right, let's get to 4 down territory.
This is 4 down territory. Going inside the game. What former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down, speaking of the NFC West, what did the Rams do that makes complete sense?
They went and got themselves a lockdown corner in Trent McDuffie, man. He's a good ball player. And the reason why they got it is because you have to combat whatever is going on here in Seattle. And what's going on here is that you have a pass game. You have the Offensive Player of the Year in JSN, a guy who I think is not going to slow down. I guess he will slow down as far as numbers. I don't see him hitting 1,700 again, but he's going to continue to be a threat. And you look at what the Rams did last year, only 8 interceptions, the 5th least in the NFL. The turnover or the takeaways, they're up there in other categories. But as far as taking the football away, they weren't great. Their pass defense was okay, but there's nothing like having a corner that you can just man up and just shadow and lock down. I think that's what they did. And this is new territory for them because they've been the hunted. You know what I'm saying? Now they're doing the hunting, trying to get after the Seahawks and combat what we're doing over here. Now and what I like about this too is that you kind of know what Fleury's going to do, but you don't. Right? It's the same thing with Kubiak. You came out, the pass game was hot. Everyone's trying to figure out what's going to happen. Halfway through the season, you got to adjust a little bit, run the football a bit more. I think that's going to happen here with Fleury as well. Is you have an idea what he's going to run. He's in the Shanahan system. He's coached with Kubiak, but he also said, you know, he's going to tweak some things as well. How is he going to tweak the game when it comes to JSN? Because we saw Kubiak with Jason in the backfield with the slide, outside, motion him, all that good stuff. The more you use JSN, the better. But if you are anyone in this division, you are trying to figure out ways how to slow this dude down, and that's what the Rams are trying to do with getting Trent McDuffie.
Is that ever a real advantage? Going back to your point about you don't really know fully what Brian Fleury's offense is going to look like. I always think of it as not a knock against a team, but like a factor. Like first-time OC, that's a factor, and it's not always like positive, but that makes it, I mean, that is maybe an unforeseen advantage. How real is it?
It is real. The Raiders beat the Patriots week 1.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and it kept that tiebreaker factored in between them and Denver.
So that right there shows you that you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Or you get in it, then you start figuring things out. They'll have an idea of what he wants to run. It's not like he's going to come out and run an offense no one's ever seen before, but it factors in.
Second down. Where is Kyler Murray going to land, and who said it first?
You said it first, Stacy. He's going to the Vikings. That's where he needs to go. That's where he should go. This, I think, will be his last opportunity to be a starting quarterback if he doesn't just look like a baller out there and kind of change the way that we view him. You have some weapons, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Hawkinson over there as well. Apparently Aaron Jones got released. I just found out today. I don't know where the heck I was last week. But this is his chance. And you have a guy who is considered to be the quarterback whisperer, right? And he's tried to do it with J.J. McCarthy. I think that Kyler Murray obviously is a better quarterback than J.J. McCarthy. He has to go there. You can't go to the Jets. You go to the Jets, it's a wrap for you. Your career's over. Pittsburgh they don't have a quarterback yet. We're waiting on Aaron Rodgers to see what's going on there. It's the Vikings or bust, and I think the Vikings are looking at Kyler Murray and thinking he's our guy. You still got Malik Willis out there who's been attractive. You got Tua, who I think is going to be a backup. Mac Jones is out there too. It's really Malik and Kyler Murray should be the most attractive ones. Kirk Cousins as well. I don't think they take Kirk Cousins back though. But yeah, he's got to go to Minnesota. Go to Minnesota, revive your career, and maybe become a franchise guy.
Definitely the best landing spot. What would you say is the split between who's more at fault for how things ended between Kyler and Arizona? Is it like 50-50? Is it 60-40 Arizona Kyler?
I think it's 50-50. So I don't think Kyler Murray helped with his work ethic and his leadership, but I also think that the management didn't do enough to help him. You know, it's crazy because you got Marvin Harrison, you got Michael Wilson over there.
You've had good years.
You got McBride.
Of some defense, Buda Baker.
You got James Conner.
But cycling through head coaches. Through head coaches.
Yeah, I agree. And then I heard the point, too, that they didn't help bringing Cliff Kingsbury over there because he was coming fresh out of college from Texas Tech. Didn't even have like a super advantage in his winning record over there. He did coach Pat Mahomes. Yeah, so I can see them in that way. They set him up because when you have a number 1 draft pick like that, you prefer he be with a guy who's established in this league. But, you know, sometimes it happens and things work out. But I say 50-50.
Yeah, I think you're right. I just like it as a conversation because, like, let's say that you did the same exercise with Sam Darnold and the Jets. You'd probably be more blame on the Jets, right?
Yeah.
Like, there are franchises, and Cardinals are sometimes that. There are franchises where you look and you go, I don't know, man. I kind of think this was more on the team. Like, I think that they totally missed an opportunity to really develop this guy. But Kyler was given every opportunity.
He was. And some weapons, too, man.
Yeah.
And some weapons. But defense was never elite over there.
Third down. Why are you leaning toward keeping Kobe Bryant over Rashid Shaheed if you had to choose?
If I had
to choose.
I want both. All right, 4 and 5. Kobe, because I think he is one of the pieces that kind of unlocks his defense. Ty Okada can play if Kobe were not here. He's shown that. My man's a baller, smart dude. But I think Rashid Shaheed, Torrey Horton is probably a more complete receiver right now than Rashid Shaheed. I think Rashid was kind of like a one-trick pony, like I'm just going to run by you. Or I think Horton, I've seen Horton be efficient with his route running. I'm not saying that Rashid's a bad receiver. It's just we know what Rashid is here to do, right? Return kicks, use that speed. And I think that you get both of those abilities or all of those abilities with Horton, and he's cheaper. He's on a rookie contract. You can save yourself some money there. Maybe you go spend a little bit more on a running back because you don't have Rashid Shaheed. But no, I think Kobe Bryant is severely underrated. He can play the corner, the nickel, safety, get into the box, whatever you want to do, he can do it. He brings fire to this team. I think both are extremely valuable, but I think just because of Torrey Horton, that if I had to choose one, I'm going to lean into Kobe.
Fourth down. Why should JSN wait to sign a deal with the Seahawks?
Yeah, people are saying, why don't you just sign him right now? And you don't do that because you want to get the most money you can get. So that means you got to wait for Puka to figure out what he's going to do over there. And his agent is advising him to. And people might, look at it and say, oh, he's greedy. Why does he want to be the highest paid receiver? Because he just had the best season a Seahawks receiver has ever had. You led the league in yards. Your offensive player of the year. Jason is a guy who's probably going to get another big contract after this, but this might be the biggest. So you go ahead and maximize it, man. It's not personal. It's just business. No player should ever give a hometown discount unless you are 40-something years old. You've made $600 million, and you're just trying to help your team out. He's 23. He's at his prime earning age. You wait it out. You get the deal done late. Wait for Puka.
A quick follow-up for you about the Kyler Murray one, second down. You said, and I agree with you, Kyler Murray should go to Minnesota. It's the most win-now ready team. Someone said, well, why is everyone writing off J.J. McCarthy? Didn't we just learn not to rush quarterbacks' development? The kid will eventually be a baller. He's got all the tools.
He could be, but the Vikings are built to win right now. They're not built to wait on a quarterback. And I think that he's shown enough to where they feel like he needs to be developed, to where Justin Jefferson ain't going to be around for forever. Addison, you have the right group to win now. So you get a quarterback who feel like is capable. And in the meantime, JJ can sit sit back, watch the show, and develop physically and mentally.
Yeah, I think that, look, young quarterbacks are always going to mess up and have more of a learning curve. But you look at, I know he was the number 1 overall pick, so it's not fair, but you look at Caleb Williams coming along. Yeah, he's got to work on that completion percentage, but he's improving and good enough now and can make important throws now when the Bears are trying to win. And the Bears, to be fair, were on a slightly different timeline than even the Vikings. Mm-hmm. They were even a little bit behind them. So, yeah, I don't even know that they deal J.J. McCarthy. I think it would be like you hang on to him and just hope that Kyler can give you. Like, I don't know that he'd even go anywhere. All right, get your questions in for What I Need to Know coming up at 1:45, 866-979-3776. You're listening to Bump and Stacy on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
He built the Seahawks into the 2025 Super Bowl champions.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
And every Thursday afternoon at 4, he's on Seattle Sports.
I mean, we have higher expectations for ourselves.
It's the John Schneider Show, presented by Silver City Brewery. 2025 NFL Executive of the Year, John Schneider.
I think it's the ultimate organizational award.
Every Thursday at 4, exclusively on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
Hey, it's Mike Salk here for my friends at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and they got some great entertainment coming through, like Hinder on April 4th, Pop 2000 Tour in August, and then, yes, Queensryche in October. All the info at snocasino.com. And while you're there, you got to check out the Falls Buffet, serving up all your favorites, prime rib every day, fresh pasta, delicious stir-fry, pizzas, salad bar, dessert bar, the pies made every day. It is Seattle's closest, Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Please game responsibly.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. No!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Discover a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026.
Where's everyone going? To get their $15 St. Paddy's Day raffle ticket from Washington's Lottery before they're gone. With a $1 million grand prize and only 250,000 tickets available, you better go get yours today. Game on.
Hi, Chuck here at Frank Lumber the Door Store. Something that happens here most every day are customers and contractors looking to purchase doors they can take today. Frank Lumber has a good selection of pre-hung display doors that are ready to go. And if we don't have what you need today, whether it be style or size, and you find a door in stock, we can still get you taken care of quickly. Come visit our showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline. Also, be sure to check us out online at franklumber.com.
Find your pot of gold at Lake Washington Windows and Doors, with savings up to 20% on new windows and doors for your home. Plus, enjoy easy 12-month same-as-cash financing. Strike gold today. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
Don't miss 3 Tree Roofing Mariners Cactus League Baseball.
This could be 2. JP has it, goes to the bag, steps on second, fires to first, double play.
Broadcast times at seattlesports.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
So my friends over at Pure Talk have been sending me customer feedback from consumeraffairs.com, where thousands of people rate and review the top wireless providers. Here, for instance, is a nice note from James in Raleigh, North Carolina, who writes, quote, "After hearing Mike Rowe's ad, we made the switch to Pure Talk, and we couldn't be happier. We went from spending $1,200 a year with T-Mobile to $420 with Pure Talk. Thanks, Mike. Switch today!" Exclamation point. Pure Talk is saving James $820 a year. And because he literally wrote the words "switch today" in capital letters with an exclamation point, I'm going to go ahead and dedicate this commercial to him. So folks, take it from James in Raleigh, North Carolina. Pure Talk can give you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on the same 5G service the big guys are overcharging you for. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. You'll also save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 to save an additional 50%. Thanks, James.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
What I need to know coming your way in 15. Get your questions in. Any question, 866-979-3776. Before we get to it, stepping outside of Seattle for just a minute, because Seattle doesn't need a quarterback right now. Of the NFL's quarterback needy teams, which one would be most ready to win with a new quarterback?
Minnesota.
Yes.
Minnesota. The Vikings, man. This year was tough for them, right? They had to watch their ex-boo win a Super Bowl. They had to sit there and deal with their decisions. Now, they did win 5 games to end the season. But, no, it's definitely Minnesota. I'm not sure what their defense looked like as far as numbers. Let me pull them up. But we know offensively, they were good defensively. They were third overall when it comes to yards per game. Against the pass, they were second. Against the run, they were middle of the pack. Points per game, they were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's got to be Minnesota. Minnesota has offensive weapons for days. They have a defense that's a lot better than what I thought they were going to be.
I ask because a listener, 509, texted in and said Atlanta would be crazy with Murray, which I think could be true, but also highlights how insane it would be. When was it was 2023 or 4 was the class with Caleb and Daniels?
24.
Okay. So think about in 2024, the Atlanta Falcons already caused a stir by giving Kirk Cousins that much money, $100 million, and then drafting Michael Penix. And imagine if 2 years later, neither is starting. Kirk Cousins is going to be released. Who knows where he goes? That's another interesting kind of like where does he land topic. But like Michael Penix Jr. coming off an injury, it's a worst case scenario.
Feels like a waste. I think you have to give Penix a chance, though, right? You're not going to bring in Kyler Murray. He was the number 9 pick overall.
Why not bring in Kyler Murray?
You got to give Penix room to grow. You bring in a Band-Aid until Michael Penix is ready.
What if your mind's already made up on him?
Well, that's different. I just don't think their mind is made up.
What was Michael Penix's injury? How long would he be ready for the start of the season?
I think, wasn't it another ACL?
Yeah, but I can't remember when it was.
It was, I think, like in the mid to late portion of the season.
Okay, so he could potentially start fairly early.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off an ACL, when you already have injury concerns about him.
Why you draft him then? They already had 2 of them things blown out.
That's a question a lot of people were asking the Falcons.
Well, you put together 2 solid seasons at UW?
I don't know exactly what. So I loved Michael Penix, obviously a UW alum. I don't know exactly what sold the Falcons on drafting him, but clearly those injuries didn't bother them. Would it now? I think you sign Kyler Murray as insurance.
How much is he going to want, though? Like Murray.
Well, he's getting paid his contract by the Cardinals, so I believe it's league minimum.
Yeah, 1.5 then. And
I can
then,
see you becoming convinced in real time.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. And then the Cardinals got to pay, 35 of that. It's low risk. That changes things. That contract, that changes things. For a year. Okay, I roll the dice. For a year.
Okay. Now, would that bother Michael Penix?
It should. If it doesn't, he ain't a competitor.
Bother as in, like, hurt your relationship with him? Hurt his development?
I think Penix is level-headed and knows the situation. They need a quarterback that's in here. I'm sure he'll talk to his agent. His agent will tell him all the things that we just talked about, how, well, they're only going to pay him league minimum 1 year. They're going to try him out and all that good stuff. No, I think it would light a fire. That's what I think. Okay, so let's say, and in this hypothetical world, that Kyler Murray is signed by the Falcons and is going to be the week 1 starter because maybe Michael Penix is on PUP or something, right? Let's just say he's currently out of the conversation and will be part of it later if Tyler starts struggling, maybe, right? But you start the season with Kyler at the helm. Are the Falcons looking like a playoff team? Yeah, I think so. That's interesting to me. It is interesting. It is because they got weapons, man. They got weapons. Bijan Robinson, Drake London, you got Mooney, Kyle Pitts, who's a hybrid over there. Defensively, you got some guys as well. And it's all about that division, too. That division isn't much. Yeah. Like, I think that the Falcons, it becomes a relevant conversation for the NFC as a whole, and therefore the Seahawks. I think it also just becomes something that could rival Minnesota. We've been talking about how Minnesota's ready to go. Mm-hmm. And you and I both think they are. But what if Atlanta springs on Murray? What if Atlanta what? What if they spring on him and sign him, and all of a sudden they're looking like a wild card team? They are. Or a division winner, depending on how the rest of the division does. Like I say, him and Willis will be the most sought-after QBs this offseason. Well, you said that Murray was the most physically talented. Well, we just know more about Murray, right? I think Willis is a mobile quarterback who has a cannon as well. But if you're a team like the Atlanta Falcons, like the Minnesota Vikings, I would assume you prefer to go with someone who got some film out there or more film, just because you can anticipate what you're going to get. But Atlanta just became interesting with that. That's for sure. You're only paying league minimum 1.5 for that dude. Interesting. From the 360, tell me what you think about this. Watch for Kyler to the Rams. Matthew Stafford's heir apparent. No, I just saw McVay said they want Jimmy back bad.
Well, and I think Kyler wants a starting job.
Yeah.
Fair. But and you wouldn't have to sit long. Matthew Stafford, like, does he play in 27? I don't know.
Kyler definitely wants to play.
Yeah. I think he should go to Atlanta. No, I think he should go to Minnesota. That's a lie. I was playing devil's advocate. But I do think the Atlanta situation is very interesting considering they were dominating sports radio and sports talk fodder for months after the draft. And everyone was like, what are you doing? What you pay a ton of money to Kirk Cousins, and then at number nine overall, I think number 9, yeah. You took Michael Penix Jr. Why?
Maybe because they felt, I don't know, they felt like, well, and then Penix is old too. It's not like he was gonna sit for a while.
Yeah,
you catch him when he's 24.
He would have been like 26 or 7 with coming off a rookie deal.
Yeah,
I don't know. To me, the most fascinating thing about entertaining whether or not Kyler Murray should go to Atlanta is not just, oh my God, how good does Atlanta suddenly become? Like, that's really intriguing.
Yeah.
But also, who saw this unfolding this way? Who saw 2 years later Atlanta not having either of those guys?
I don't think anyone did. I think that the Atlanta Falcons saw an opportunity to try to secure their future after Kirk Cousins and went at it. But then with Cousins playing the way that he's played and then Michael Penix going down, I think people could foresee Penix going down before them benching Cousins just because of Penix's injury history.
From the 425 bump, Kyler Murray sucks, along with his attitude. You guys are crazy.
He doesn't suck. His attitude is bad, that's for sure. But my man's not a 2-time Pro Bowler for no reason. My man has seasons with 20 touchdowns, 26, 24, 21. He's rushed for 800 yards. I mean, listen, is he the standard? No. Does he suck? I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I would say that the top of the group of quarterbacks suddenly hitting free agency are especially intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
Like a few years back, it was like, okay, Kirk Cousins, he'll be a starter somewhere. And then it would be like Gap, Mac Jones is going to be a backup. This guy's going to be backup. This guy's going to be a backup. This one's, you're looking at, what, 2, maybe 3 teams that could have these guys as starters to start the season.
Yeah, I think now's a good time for Kyler Murray to be on the market because there are a couple good options out there.
Yeah. So who's next up for the Cardinals? I know that's an Arizona question, and maybe we don't care about it just yet. Am I dumb for not knowing that?
I mean, Jacoby Brissett, is he still there?
Right. Should I keep a better eye on the Cardinals?
We heard earlier this week Mike LaFleur is very interested in Jimmy Garoppolo. Makes you wonder if, like, Ty Simpson could be the move in the draft.
They got the 3rd pick. They got to move up because I heard the Jets one time, too.
Yeah. Man. The Cardinals are in such a horrible spot to be in.
Maybe them and the Raiders are both like, hey, guys, we're going to be honest.
It's going to be a long rebuild.
You got to be in for the long haul here. Get your questions in for What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776. Coming your way next.
Having one of those days where a little of this would make things so much better?
Fastball, strike 3 called. He got him looking. How about that for a Cactus League debut? Colt Emerson striking out the side.
We got you. You can stream every Mariners spring training game live for free on the Seattle Sports app. Making lives better through Mariners baseball, one
Goodbye baseball
at a time. Home of your American League West champion Mariners.
Do you have a car sitting around collecting dust? Well, turn that car into cash at Wayscar Ford in Auburn with their vehicle profit sharing program. Here's what makes it different than anywhere else. Not only will they purchase your vehicle today and pay you right up front, but it gets even better because once they resell your old car, they share 50% of their profit with you. I caught up with my friend Mark Clymer from Wayscar Ford in Auburn. He said customers are loving it. They're getting top dollar for that car up front. They're getting paid right now. And the best part is that when Mark and his team resell that vehicle, their customer is getting 50% of the profit. And that 50% has now amounted to over $1 million shared with customers. It's going so well because less and less people are comfortable trying to sell a car themselves. Wayscar Ford offers a way to get a lot more money for your car without needing to go through all the hassle and potential scams trying to sell it yourself. It's only at Wayscar Ford Isuzu in Auburn, wayscarford.com.
What is that sound? Ugh, that sounds like a plumbing sound. Luckily, there's a company that fixes all the plumbing sounds across Puget Sound. That's All Sound Plumbing. Puget Sound's plumbing experts. Have a sound? Visit allsoundplumbing.com.
Spring is here, Seattle, and now is the smartest time to replace your roof. Trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing, a local, family-owned company that knows how to roof in Washington weather year-round. Schedule your free estimate today at 3treeroofing.com to take advantage of spring pricing, shorter wait times, and get $500 off your new roof before the summer rush hits. Our experts come to you, build a clear plan, and give you an estimate that same day. No surprises and no high-pressure sales tactics. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Trust is everything. Earning it takes years. Losing it takes 5 seconds.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
Seattle, want to win tickets to opening day? Emerald City Athletics is turning workouts into wins. Activate your free trial today and get automatically entered to win opening day tickets. Emerald City Athletics is more than a gym. They're locally owned and rooted in Seattle pride. For a limited time, try Emerald City Athletics for 29 days free and get entered to win opening day tickets. Visit emeraldcitygyms.com to get started. Emerald City Athletics, smarter fitness, real results, champion energy for all.
The madness tips off next week, and with it comes your chance to win the Seattle Sports Bracket Bucks, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Head to seattlesports.com/win to pre-register. Receive your bracket and compete for your shot at great prizes. The grand prize winner from the 64-team bracket will win $1,000 in Visa gift cards. But if your bracket is busted in the first round, we have other ways for you to play too. Register and find complete rules at seattlesports.com/win.
Join the Seattle Sports Commission for a star-studded fundraising event featuring the athletes and icons of Washington sports. Experience red carpet interviews, sports exhibits, a silent auction, and live awards show created for the sports community by the sports community, all while supporting the nonprofit power of Seattle sports. Don't miss your chance to be among the stars on March 13th at the 91st Annual Sports Star of the Year presented by Microsoft. Get your tickets now at seattlesports.org.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com. That's pendergastlaw.com.
It's funny how you get used to things in not so ideal condition around the house. It's Dave Wyman here, and for me, it was old windows. After 20 years in our home, virtually every window had a broken seal. We got used to cold drafts, outside noises, and condensation. And if you're in the same boat, use this spring to say goodbye to the old, dreary windows and hello to your new exclusive windows from Harley Exteriors. Right now, they're having a spring cleaning sale to complete your home makeover. If you buy 10 windows, you can choose between 20% off your entire project or get a free door. On top of that, make 0 payments and accumulate 0 interest for up to 12 months for qualified buyers. Harley Exteriors windows are a massive upgrade, manufactured right here in the Pacific Northwest and exclusive to Harley Exteriors. Call 833-HARLEY, that's HARLEY, or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation today at harleyexteriors.com.
Every season is a little bit different here in Washington, but I'll tell you what, the amount of rain never seems to change in the winter, and we have sure gotten a ton of it this season. All that rain, all that water, it's all got to go somewhere. And if it makes its way into your crawl space, that's when it can create all sorts of problems, including real structural damage, which could really affect your home. But more importantly, for the health of your family, the water in that crawl space could create toxic mold, and that has serious health repercussions. Thankfully, we have Crawl Pros. They can come in and keep your crawl space dry, install a sump pump and drainage, and reroute that water back out and away from your home. They'll also take care of any mold that may have been created. Don't take the risk. It's too important. The best way to learn if you have any water is to ask Crawl Pros to visit your home and inspect your crawl space for free. Crawl Pros will go where you don't want to. So if you're worried about water damage, mold, insulation issues, or anything else related to your crawl space or attic, call Crawl Pros or visit crawlpros.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Get your questions in for What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776. Send those in right now. What I need to know. The Seahawks and 12s have a symbiotic relationship, potentially the best fan base in the league. With the team for sale, why don't they, the Seahawks, go public like the Green Bay Packers?
Don't know how that works.
Yeah, I'm not smart enough.
Oh, no.
I'm just looking at Curtis. Like, Curtis, what?
From what I've heard, I believe it is against league rules to have a publicly owned team. The Packers are allowed to do so because it's been grandfathered in. So I don't think it is allowed anymore in the NFL.
What I need to know, do you think Kyler Murray regrets not playing baseball?
No. He made a lot of money playing in the NFL.
Yeah, he has. Who knows? I don't know how good he was in baseball. Where was he drafted?
He was a top 10 pick.
Oh, snaps.
By the A's.
Oh, snaps.
What I need to know for NFL GM Michael Bumpus, you need a quarterback for next year. 1 year only. Would you take Kyler or Russell?
Kyler, all day.
Yeah.
He's younger.
Several years ago, the answer might have been tougher to figure out, but I think Russ is.
He's over the hill now.
What I need to know. Knowing that the Rams traded for McDuffie, should Seattle look to free agency or a trade for a cornerback? Woolen's absence will be larger than we're anticipating, I think.
No, I think they're good. I think they will look and bring someone in via free agency and the draft, but you got your guy in Josh Jobe, honestly.
Someone said, should you sign JSN now so that then the Rams have to sign Puka and up the price? Playing chess.
Well, Jason would have to agree to the terms, though.
Yeah.
They're not just going to force him to sign anything.
Also, would Puka for sure surpass it. I feel like it's kind of been a rule that like the next guy, if he's good enough, just does it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it would be worth just trying to stick it to them for an extra million.
That's a hella petty.
What I need to know. Everyone keeps saying you can't keep everyone, but if the team really wants a player, they find a way to make it happen. I'm tired of hearing that the Seahawks don't have enough money for players. It's just not true. Not true. It's just a matter of how the organization wants to allocate money and who they prioritize.
Someone's called a salary cap. We're not going to be able to spend everything. And then if you back in a lot of your deals, you're just setting yourself up for failure in previous year or years coming up. So there's a way to keep a few guys, but there's no way to keep everybody.
What I need to know, why is Max Crosby so coveted? Our defensive line is solid and young. Crosby seems on the second half of his career.
Go watch the film.
Yeah, I think just
go watch him. Trust me. You will change your mind. A man can play.
Clearly very, very, very good. 866-979-3776. Get those questions in. Sports, non-sports, doesn't matter. What I need to know. Oh, I just had this one. This one was for me, but I'll include it for everyone. Do you think they will start or should start requiring IQ tests for future Love is Blind contestants? Because sheesh, these people be getting dumber and dumber from Jackie.
That might be good for TV though, right?
Dumb is great for TV, but there are smart reality TV stars that also make their shows very watchable and good to watch.
I feel like after this season, Love is Blind, I might be out on it. I've been a diehard.
Every season.
Yeah, I've been a diehard. I think this is what, season 10 or so. The first couple seasons were just wildly fascinating.
This is my theory when it comes to reality TV. If you would all allow me 30 seconds to talk about this, and then I'll shut up. I promise I will move on, especially if you send in more questions for me. My thing with reality TV is that there are so many great reality TV shows when they aren't dating shows. Because if you're looking at a pool of, hey, let's find some crazy, confident people, most of the people applying for that job or that you're finding through like talent people for that, you can put them on a show and it'll be great TV. When it's a dating show, how many in a pool of people willing to go on reality TV, who want to be on reality TV, or like actually suitable for, like, are actually looking for a long-term relationship or suitable people, you know?
10%.
It's not going to be like a fun real world type show where it's like, let's just find crazy people. You're finding the crazy people or the weird people and making them date each other. Of course it's not going to work out.
Nah.
And it's not fun to watch anymore because they're so clearly there to get public facing jobs. Become an influencer.
They're for the clout.
Yeah, they're there for the clout in a really obvious way. Game's gone. 866-979-3776. What I need to know is Bump available to play Salish Cliffs on March 21st.
Depends on the time. I got an event I'm emceeing later that day, so slide into the DMs.
Bump will get back to you. What's your number one beef when driving that people do?
Number one beef. Don't turn when the light turns green. Like they hesitate, especially leaving work, because that green light turns quickly. It's like you got to be paying attention so we can all go.
So not turning when it's actually there. Okay.
Yeah.
Mine would be when you're merging onto the freeway, especially at like a normal speed. It's one thing if you're taking your time and being weird. When you're merging onto the freeway and the person behind you is like, well, I'm going to merge faster. That's not safe.
No.
What do you mean? I'm merging like a normal person. Do you see this line of cars in front of you? That's the speed right now. That's where everyone's going. And so when you try to cut over and like zoom past all those people, that's super dangerous.
Super dangerous.
Super dangerous. It makes me very mad. What I need to know. Are you going to watch The Mummy Part 4?
No.
No. I'm so sorry. I don't have more there. What I need to know, I know you guys made your predictions for the Mariners, but how many games do you actually think they'll win?
1,000. 94.
Dang it. I was going to say 94. Can I say 94 too?
Sure.
And then we'll just both be wrong if we're wrong. We actually started the show with this, so it's very fitting, but what's top of your list of priority for free agents?
Kobe Bryant. Need to get that deal done ASAP.
Yeah. we also, in that conversation, we assumed Ken Walker and Reek were moving on.
Yeah.
So if your top priority would be Ken Walker, we just started that conversation assuming he's gone. What I need to know, 866-979-3776. I just have a lot of stuff about Love is Blind now, which is great for me, but probably not for Bump, who doesn't watch anymore. Do you prefer what's better, dining in or takeout? The answer's takeout.
Dining in if someone else is making it and I trust her if they're cooking.
Dining in.
If
Oh,
someone else is making it and I trust, that they got skills.
I read dining in
at a
in the
restaurant.
Oh. Yeah, it's takeout.
Yeah.
Get up out of there.
Also, look, sometimes you want to eat in a way that's just unbecoming
Yeah.
for someone in public.
Take it and go.
You know what I
Elbows
mean?
on the table.
Yeah. Like when you're at a restaurant, you still got to be engaging in a conversation. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Like sometimes I just want to eat disrespectfully.
And if I drip ketchup onto my shirt,
Then that's what happens.
smack it.
And it's staying there for a couple minutes. I'm not wiping it off right away.
509, yes, I watched Weapons. It was dope.
Right?
Yeah.
Really? Let's talk about it more. Wyman and Bob coming up next on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Don't be hooting and hollering and yelling and all that stuff.
He built the Seahawks into the 2025 Super Bowl champions.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
And every Thursday afternoon at 4, he's on Seattle Sports.
I mean, we have higher expectations for ourselves.
It's the John Schneider Show, presented by Silver City Brewery. 2025 NFL Executive of the Year, John Schneider.
I think it's the ultimate organizational award.
Every Thursday at 4, exclusively on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Let's talk about your hair. Well, maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you, guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Hi, Chuck here at Frank Lumber the Door Store. Something that happens here most every day are customers and contractors looking to purchase doors they can take today. Frank Lumber has a good selection of pre-hung display doors that are ready to go. And if we don't have what you need today, whether it be style or size, and you find a door in stock, we can still get you taken care of quickly. Come visit our showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline. Also, be sure to check us out online at franklumber.com.
P&D Tree Service, your local experts in tree removal. 24-hour emergency service. Fast, efficient, and safe removal of trees from your yard or neighborhood. Ever seen a tree removed by a crane? Enjoy a safe and clean yard. PNDTreeservice.com.
Listen every morning to Brock and Salk for Need to Know, powered by Marquee Data. Marquee IQ brings all your data together into one clear view. Stop running your business on highlights. Get the full picture. Visit datathatwins.com to learn more.
Progressive presents a guided meditation.
Hear the birds sing. A chipmunk nibbling on an acorn. Smell the pine needles gently falling into your living room as the breeze blows through the gaping hole in your roof. Gaze up at that broken tree branch and relax because you bundled your home and auto with Progressive and have the peace of mind of 24/7 protection. So relaxing.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD.